Hello, everybody, and welcome back to what is the second episode of the Cataclysm of Hyrule campaign. My name is Puck Finn. I am the GM and creator of the campaign. And before we delve in tonight, we're going to go through some quick announcements, and then we will introduce the players and go on with the campaign. Obviously, first we're going to talk about a Discord server. Our Discord server is a great place and an ever-growing community for people to join in. It doesn't matter what your level of experience or anything really is, whether you're new or a seasoned player. It's a great place. We have a number of interesting channels that we'd like to do. We have a general chat, which everyone has access to when you first join. Also, our voting channel, which through the change from the prologue to the campaign has been pretty quiet, but we're hoping to ramp that up soon again, because that is largely used, among other things, for the voting for our pre-generated character creations, which we do on the alternate week from the campaign. So we have a loot channel, which has been very beneficial to many people in the campaign. The loot channel is designed for, as well as the rest of the Discord server, it's designed to help our viewers remain interactive in the campaign. So one of the key kind of points that I structured this campaign around is one, open world, and two, interactive, the ability to be interactive, whether you're a player, a viewer, or really anything in between. And one of the ways that that can be accomplished is through our loot chat in our Discord server. In the loot chat, you can either outright purchase coins, or you can gain coins via claiming a daily with a 24-hour cooldown. And once you get those coins, you can purchase any number of items that can either help or hinder our party. Anything from D4s to bottled fairies to really anything you can think of. It's something that we try to focus on pretty consistently. So if we ever have any ideas for things that we can add to it, we definitely do. For example, one of the more recent adds is the ability to rename an NPC. So it's just kind of a fun, creative way. So on top of our voting and on top of our looting and voting channel, what we also have is we have a secondary channel for our silver role members on our Discord channel. In order to become a silver role member, it's easy. You quite simply have to spend any amount of money on the campaign. Anything from 99 cents up, because I believe 99 cents is the smallest purchase. And what that does, in addition, is it gives you a permanent role of silver as long as you're on the Discord server. And if there's any type of announcement or anything, I will often address silver chat, which, the people will have silver roles, which is called the Heroes Tavern. It gives you access to the Heroes Tavern. And what the Heroes Tavern does is, if I need to reach out, for example, if I'm looking for somebody who might want to join, if we have some empty seats for the session, I can always address the Heroes Tavern before I address the Adventurers Lounge. So it gives people a little bit of a heads up before the general chat. Within the campaign, we have a number of pre-constructed characters, which are referred to as pre-generated characters. A lot of those characters are designed and created through a group effort when we do our chat broadcast every other week opposite this. So what it does is if somebody wants to join, you don't necessarily have to create a character. We have a character already for you, ready to go. Really kind of takes a lot of the guesswork out. On top of our Discord server, we also have a link tree. Our link tree has, in addition to the link to our Discord, it has the links to everything else that we do. It gives the link to our Roll20 page. It gives the link to a whole slew of things, including one of these things that I added in the beginning of the campaign. In the beginning of the campaign, there was we had an intro song that was done by this YouTube channel called Martaz, and I reached out to them when we were just starting up, and I was like, "Hey, can I use your song?" And they were great, and they were wonderful, and very generous, and they said absolutely. So for a good bit, that was our intro song. So in thanks to them, I have put that as well back up on the link tree, and I encourage everyone to check it out because it's just a really cool rendition of a Legend of Zelda song. And since we've started the campaign, and this is the next to last announcement, I believe, but since we've begun the campaign, we've also started recording these sessions and putting them on YouTube. Now, we only have one on because this is only our second session, but the campaign sessions, not the chat sessions, excuse me, will be uploaded onto our YouTube channel as quickly as we can. I word it that way because I don't want to commit to an upload schedule yet because I'm still kind of like figuring things out. So the upload schedule will be slightly erratic, but it will go up prior to our next session, and it will go up as quickly as I can get it up there. As soon as I feel that we can have a consistent upload schedule, I will announce that as our upload schedule, but I don't want to misspeak for anybody. Yeah, and the link for that is also in our link tree, so definitely check that out, and subscribe to that channel so we know that people are watching and this is something that they want. Like and follow this channel. Oh, yeah. Okay. So one of the things that we have going up until we get our first 50 followers, if you follow this channel, we will not only follow you back, but at the end of the session, if there are people which we have mutual follows with who are broadcasting, we will raid one of those channels at random. So, yeah, that's a fun and exciting thing. We did that, I think, 2 weeks ago, and it was a fun thing. But the absolute last announcement, and I saved this for last because I don't want to delve too deep into it because I think I spent 45 minutes last week talking about it, is what's going on right now with Wizards of the Coast Dungeons & Dragons and their open gaming license. It is still, many weeks later, a rapidly developing story, so I can't delve too deep into it. In fact, I just read something about it today that Wizards released on their D&D Beyond website, but I didn't have time to look too much through it. But basically, I encourage people to keep abreast on these developing topics, and that also includes not only paying attention to what's going on in Wizards of the Coast and D&D, but what's also going on with all the other things, what's going on with Paizo, what's going on with all of these other companies who are stepping forward to make a legitimate open source free rule structure. So Project Black Flag, I always like to mention because I think that even if this doesn't become the premier thing in the tabletop gaming community. I have no doubt that it will definitely evolve to be a force, and that is no small thanks due to the behavior of what Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro is doing. And again, if you would like me to elaborate on it, tune in next week, and I will have much more thorough and exact information, and I'll be happy to do it. Whenever I also find a piece of information, I also post it on our Discord server. So one of the many reasons to, again, go check that out. So I believe that is all the announcements for tonight. And before I turn it over to the introductions for our players tonight, I just want to end on a very happy announcement that we have a returning player from Lito's campaign. And so I had mentioned during the, from the start, that one of the things about the function of this campaign and the function of the prologue was the melding of multiple different campaigns that I was running, and also the addition of new players who'd like to join. So both Lito and Deacon came from very different campaigns, albeit the same Zelda campaign. And now we have another player who spent no small amount of time on this campaign, traveling with Lito, and he'll be joining in. I've kind of like brought him up to speed on what's going on, as well as the viewers and the other players. But I've also I may have left some stuff out because I like for people to let their characters evolve as they will. So sometimes that can result in a surprise here and there. So again, without further ado, I'm going to switch it over and introduce our players for the night. And as usual, we're having camera problems. So while I work those out, let's start off with Deacon. How are you doing today, Deacon? Deacon, you are on mute.
Hit the button again. Me sleepy and hungry, but that business as usual. Looking forward to seeing what happens at Cito's. Looking even more forward to what happens at Deacon's. But yeah. Me doing well, and me hoping everybody else do well as well. Yay.
Wonderful. Welcome, Deacon. I'm not sure what's going on with this camera. All right, so now we're going to turn it over to Lito. How you doing today, Lito?
Doing good. How's everybody doing?
Everyone says they're doing good.
That's good.
Hungry. Sleep.
I'll carry you around, don't worry. Actually, we just had soup, so you should be full.
Forgot about that.
It's okay.
Thank you. I will finish my soup. Anyway, sorry.
All right, and finally we have, as promised, the return of Gully. How are you doing, Gully?
Gully is good. He will say no more than that at this moment.
Wonderful, wonderful. A lot is often said when not much is said at all. Hold on, let me see if it's just switching back and forth will help it.
As good as relatively speaking.
Of course. So to recap, what has happened in the prior session is our heroes found themselves at trying to fast forward a bit. So for their first port of travel, our heroes decided that they would do a short walkabout, which kind of ended up walking towards Hyrule Castle Town and ending up in Hyrule Castle Town. So
Actually killing someone.
Sweats.
We brought it back
It's
to life.
Accidental homicide is an actual homicide, right?
He was fine. He got back up and
It's
walked away.
involuntary manslaughter. I'm at least as innocent as fuck, I forgot his name, and now my joke's flubbed. Alec Baldwin. Anyway, top.
ooh. Ooh.
Got free bananas.
This is
Yeah.
true. This is true. We had a tasty, fibrous snack.
So what happened there was in typically. Is that going to work? Oh, I think I see what's going on. Yes. All right. I'm going to work this out as I'm chatting. So what had initially happened is a number of times in the campaign, our party has had run-in with the Yiga clan, and one of the points that have often been associated with the Yiga clan were bananas. So our heroes ended up running. Oh man, sorry about that. Our heroes came across a traveler carrying a banana tree, and in their haste came to a conclusion that the person carrying this banana tree was a Yiga in disguise. Our
In
heroes
our defense, he was very large.
he was very large.
This is true.
Yes.
He could carry a banana tree.
Yes.
Yes, he was just straight up carrying a banana tree. Oh, I got one. And in this haste, they ended up killing this person.
Let's not go with they. It was specifically Deacon. Adam is innocent. Lito is innocent in this.
So yes,
Just gonna take my friend out from under that bus.
I appreciate the accountability that Deacon is taking with the matter.
I could have stopped Deacon. I let it happen. I'm older than him, so I'm responsible.
Fair. We appreciate this.
Yes. And so unfortunately, this guy ended up kind of dying as a result.
He got back up though.
He did. He did. He was brought back, which is very fortunate.
Thank God.
Yes.
Otherwise, this would be a slightly different demeanor even now, I think.
Yes. And I'm almost there. I'm getting it. So there we go. All right. So yeah, this guy went down, and fortunately they were able to revive him. And once that happened, he went on his merry little way. And our heroes continued on to Hyrule Castle Town.
Deacon is trying very hard not to think about what he just did.
Yes,
very hard.
And then on the further way, they ended up running into a battle that was ensuing between the Yiga and the Gerudo teaming up against the Hyrulean Guard. And had it not been for the interference of Leto casting Firewall and separating the assailing party, that things might not have gone well. The guards were able to take out the Gerudo that were attacking, and the Yiga who were trapped behind the firewall before our party could act came under quick assault by a small band of oddly dressed Yiga themselves. For those who have visited our YouTube channel, it is the thumbnail to our session, our episode 1 video. So you can kind of like check out what it looks like. In our last week's session, we discussed the differences and the meanings behind this Yiga setup. So I'm not going to go too deep into it right now, but I do think that this is going to be something that is at least periodically going to pop up for our heroes as we expand that storyline. But now we know we have a very capable, very violent, very well-trained separate sect of the Yiga clan who is not only decked out in gold, but is also, their mask is a right side up Sheikah symbol, whereas typically the Yiga's mask is red and has the upside down Sheikah symbol.
That's why they're the Giga.
The Giga, the golden Yiga, the Giga. So, after that, they ended up going to Hyrule Castle Town. They reacquainted themselves with a couple people, as well as the soup shop, including the soup shop owner. At this point, it was very late in the day, but before they turned in, they wanted to check in on Cito's. Cito's is an alchemy shop that, during the prologue, was started by Lido, and in the prologue, he set it up so that there was a royal alchemist in training, and once the royal alchemist finished his training, which was going to fit in this transitionary period in between the prologue and the start of the campaign, that he had a job waiting for him at Cito's. So at this point, all shops in the place are closed. We have the party coming to Cito's. Lido turns the door handle, he opens it up, and he sees very faintly, as his eyes adjust to the light, he sees a figure kind of standing in his store, and that is where we ended the first session. So
you want to tell me what you're doing in my store?
And as this...
Looking for a familiar face.
As Gully steps forth and the moonlight shines on his face through a window.
Lido, it's been ages since I've seen anyone that I remembered.
Walk up to him and I start walking around and just like looking at him going, is he real? And I start poking Gully. Is he real?
As you begin poking him, he immediately turns and grabs you in a big, huge bear hug. Almost starts weeping. You can hear him kind of sniffling a bit. And then he puts you down.
You know, if I was a bird, I'd have broken bones. It was kind of strong.
Come on. I'm sure you've toughened up in all this time.
Have you seen me? I think I've lost weight.
You do look a little bit more scrawny. Here, have some rations.
Look, we just had soup.
Yeah, you haven't had enough.
Goon's here too.
You need more. You need more.
Would you like some soup? Hi.
Remember Decoon, right?
Oh, wow.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Doing okay.
Last time I saw you, we were like, well, you know what? Let's not even go into that. Dude, that was a little cray-cray.
Deacon nuts. Very much so. But yeah, me grown 3 whole inches since then. Very happy about that.
Yeah. You are looking a little bit more full.
Thank you. How have you been? It's been so long since me seen you. Kind of wondered what happened since me not seen you with Lido this time when we met.
Well, I was looking for my betrothed, Beatrice. We were out and trying to deliver, the messages for the queen, and we had returned to Castle Town, and Beatrice had apparently been kidnapped, and I've been looking for her, but it's been so long that I fear there's no possible way that she's. Well, I haven't been able to find her. Let's just put it that way.
Very sorry, Mr. Gully.
Just so that you know, we probably didn't mess with time and do anything like that. So it's not our fault. Just so that we know.
Well, time. I mean, that would kind of explain some things because I've like seen faces that I'm not familiar with at all, and then people that I expect to see, I'm not seeing them around town or anywhere. This is all very strange, but I guess it's kind of par for the course.
Okay, we're kind
It's
of
always
responsible
weird
for
when me
something.
around.
Yeah. So, where have you been? I don't know. It's been, 5, 6 years since I've seen you.
Really?
Yes.
Don't- That's
I keep coming back here hoping that, I'll see you or anyone. I haven't seen Lynette or Arrow or anyone. And
Just
tonight,
Buckers' lip.
I was a little tired and figured maybe I'd, come back here to the shop and, crash upstairs and maybe see if you arrive in the morning. But here you are.
Yes, here we are. We
There he
totally
is.
planned this. We knew you were coming. Surprise! Right, Tikkun?
You've
Soup
always been full of
surprise.
surprises.
Yes, I have even brought you this soup.
See?
I have only eaten a little bit of it, I promise.
You guys keep bringing up this soup. What's with the soup?
It is the best food ever.
Also, he's like right across the street, and
Um,
he makes really good soup. Just don't eat the chicken one.
I mean,
Kuku one.
I've had it. It's okay, but sure. You know what, Deacon? Sure. Here, I'll take the soup.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And yeah, he he inhales the whole thing in almost one gulp.
Nice.
Oh, ooh,
Thank
yeah.
you. Now I don't feel compelled to
that
eat
is
it
some good
myself.
soup. You don't have cooties or anything, because I did just drink, this soup right behind you. You know what? I'm good. I'll be fine. I can't get sick anymore.
That's neat.
Cool.
Kakariko
So-
cooties.
So wait, are you immune to like things that can hurt you? Is if it's like something that could possibly get you like, I have something that you might want to try.
Oh, I mean, I should be fine, due to the divine favor of my goddess.
You want to put that on the line and see what happens?
We can definitely try this. Are you wanting to do this now?
Sure, why not?
You've always been a strange one, Lido. Let's go. Come on.
Okay. So I walk him back to the corner where the last time I saw them, the angel tulips were still there.
Mhm.
They still there.
They are still there and they are thriving.
Okay. Take a deep breath from the flowers.
What?
Trust me. Either you'll feel nothing or you'll feel colors.
Feel colors. That's very
Yes.
interesting. Yeah, I want to try this. He goes
Okay.
over, bends over a bit, takes in a big, huge. Ooh. Okay. I think I inhaled too fast. Okay.
Is that a poison effect or like I'm
Yeah.
okay? It's a poison effect. All right.
Yeah, that would be different. Oh wait, actually, I think I am immune to resistant to poison as well.
Not from the divine health.
I'm forgetting now.
The divine health is simply disease.
Yep. I thought I had something else. Never mind.
Okay. So it does give the intended effect of the plant. We'll say to a lesser extent, but it does give the it knocks him for a little bit of a loop. Yeah.
Oh,
It's a
Nelly.
hallucinogen.
What the heck is this?
Well,
Whoa.
when you ever have a bad guy who is not nice and you want to really like mess with his head, that's the plant to go to.
Neat.
Couldn't, you're too young for this.
Oh.
I don't care. You can have as much as you want. Just, stay inside.
Okay.
Gosh.
I promise me not eat them.
I don't know what happened if you eat them. I know smelling them does it.
Oof.
Mm.
Oh, okay. And then just as he looks like he's about to, tip over, tip back, he just kind of, touches his chest. Whew. And you see his hand glow a bit. Oh,
That's
okay.
you.
Neat.
Yeah, I will use that against other people, not me. Yeah, okay.
You have glowy
And
hands now.
again, thanks to the goddesses, the sages. I don't know. Whoever came to me, you know what? That's a long story. Never mind.
Okay. Well, now that we're in my shop, and I haven't seen it in a while, if you guys want to go upstairs, I'm going to go rummage through stuff.
Sure. I mean, that's where I was planning to sleep.
I'm game
So
for
yeah, yeah. Let's head on upstairs.
Okay.
Also, if you see like a guy up there, his name might be Isaac. He might actually be my employee. I haven't met him, but I hope he's nice.
So it is late, and the shop is closed. So I would say that Isaac has presumably left for the day.
Okay.
No, why would Isaac be here at night? He only works here.
I don't know. I thought maybe, if you work for me, you might live here too. Just, I don't.
Well, I
Let's
mean,
open-
I'm glad he doesn't sleep here. That'd be kind of weird if I was crashing in here with him. I mean, that would just be weird.
Wait, you've been here a couple of nights?
Well, not this last time. Like, I just got here a few hours ago. But yeah, I periodically, venture back this way to kind of, scope out some of the places that we used to visit. The brothel that Era loved to go to with the guys, and just, the shops and towns. So yeah, we'll come back to see those as well, of course, to see you. But yeah, I can't bear to sleep in my own home anymore. It's just the thought of being there without Beatrice is it's just too much to bear. So I sleep here sometimes.
Okay. You haven't seen like a lady named Cleo who works here, right?
Yeah, I've seen different people, perhaps. So what does she look like?
She was Hyrulean.
Well, I mean,
She
a lot of people
lived
around
in
here
the
are Hyrule.
south. She was a girl.
You're not giving me much to go on here, Lito. I mean, honestly, wasn't really important. I barely knew Isaac's name, so I'm sorry.
I kind of have eyes for only like one woman, and I kind of, like just everybody else is like faceless. But I can go like they're humanish looking, they're a fish person like me, they're like Dekun, they're small and tiny, and then they're the Gerudo women who are just scary.
Okay. Yeah, but where did you say she lives again?
She lives where the rich part of town is now.
Oh, okay, down. Yeah, the lower. I mean, I don't venture there a lot. I mean, I've been in and out, just trying to chase leads, but um, too many like hoity-toity, snooty people there, so I usually don't stick around long.
So, just checking. Do I have a house somewhere?
How
I
about
don't know. Do you? I knew you had the shop. I heard about the shop. That's about it. I'd assume if you have the shop, maybe you have a home somewhere.
I'm going to say maybe.
Then I will also say maybe.
Okay. Well, since I am too tired to walk to wherever that is, I think I should stay the night here too.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'll let you have your bed. I'll just pull up a spot over here on the side on the floor. No big deal.
No,
Ooh,
you guys can, use the upstairs. I was just gonna swinkle around in the moat down here. Haven't been in water in a while.
Oh yeah, I forgot that's your thing, huh? Yeah. Okay.
um, I hold out my comfortable weighted blanket to you, Gully. And I say, similarly, me going to sleep in the dirt patches upstairs.
All right. Well,
And not very
cool.
often me get to sleep next to plants anymore.
Oh, I sleep next to plants all the time out in the wild.
And more comfortable that way. Sorry. They have own way of being very soft, very pleasant.
They can be.
Well, if nothing else, if we open the top like skylight, we can let Chikum in, and you can kind of like use him as like a pillow.
That would be nice.
Chimkin,
Chimkin, is it big enough for her?
I think
I
so.
would love that.
If
Sure.
not, I can make her smaller and get her inside.
Thank you. I kind of whistle, and and you hear the fluttering of just like flapping wings, uh, as the largest cuckoo you've ever seen. I'm talking like 8 foot tall, chunky cuckoo. Comes and enters in through the skylight. She's wearing
Whoa,
a
whoa,
full
whoa!
suit
Gully pulls out
of
his sword.
Goron
Whoa,
Bard.
whoa, whoa! What is this?
Yeah, that's Chimkin.
This is Chimkin. She
Himkin.
was my she was first friend that me made before me met Lido here. She's kind of like my familiar, but like a little bit better than that.
Is she friendly to other
Yes,
people?
yes. Oh yes.
Okay, okay.
She
He sheathes
clucks.
his sword.
And she kind of like raises a feather and like or like a wing and kind of waves at you like and like clucks.
Billy cocks up an eye and
uh,
waves back.
Deacon explains she is smarter than I am. Also, we can kind of talk without talking, with he points to like his head. But yeah, so yeah, she pretty much comes everywhere with me. She's very strong, and she can help carry us and fly us around if we ever need it. Very
Okay.
comfortable if we have boring like trip through Hyrule Castle Town or up mountain or something. You can sleep on Chimkin's back, take a little short rest while we walk.
Fair enough.
If I might explain this out of character, I'm a bard, so I took the find greater steed spell. So she's like kind of my majestic steed. She has the stats of a griffin, but since griffins don't exist to my knowledge, she's a giant cuckoo.
Nice.
Thanks.
All right. So you all start to, as the conversation starts to die down, you the time of night starts to like hit your bodies as the dopamine starts to wear off from your reunion, and you're like it's it's probably best if we turn in, and in doing so, Leto settles in by his body of water, and Deacon settles in on his nice patch of earth, and unfortunately, Gully regrettably has to take the bed. And as you start to kind of fade off, your mind, as it periodically does, starts to wander to your experiences before the land was formed. And as this has happened a few times, it's almost starting to feel like part of a dream, to a point that key points in your head you're fighting to hold on to. You know that these experiences were not dreams, but yes.
So all of a sudden, Leto wakes up, jumps up out of the water, runs upstairs to Gully. It's Gully! Gully, wake up! Yeah.
What?
I forgot to introduce you to our new friend. He is Zop.
What?
Okay, night. And I go back downstairs.
Where's up? You said just where? Who? Where? Where's up? And I try to grab him before he disappears.
This kind of wakes Deacon up, and wait, who was holding us up? Was it me or you? Yeah, okay. Deacon kind of like peeks his nose up above the side of the little dirt enclosure, and he reaches into his pocket and takes out a small metal sphere that he holds out to you, like slightly limply over like the edge of the box that he's sleeping in.
And as he holds it out, Deacon holds out this metal orb, this seamless metal orb, and in front of you, it unfolds, and it immediately says, "I am model XP0ZTN, more commonly referred to as Zop. I am created by the artificer Robbie to help Deacon and all of his friends to come up to speed and answer any questions that they may have in this world." So,
any questions?
Any questions that he knows. So,
do you know where my Beatrice is? Do you know what happened to her?
There is no known person of Beatrice in Hylian lore. Can you explain what or who Beatrice is?
You see the saddest look come across his face, and he just turns around and goes and gets into bed.
Sorry, Gully. Didn't mean to.
And Zop folds back up and gently lands back in Deacon's hands.
I stuff him into a pocket and fall asleep with my nose still kind of hanging off the side of the box.
All right, so you all kind of come to as you reach the point of slumber, although it's unclear as to whether or not it is your conscious state going into sleep, your state during sleep, or afterwards when your body's starting to wake up. But you all have very interesting instances. You have Leto. The realization hits you that although this seems like one day to the next, you have been gone for approximately 5 years. So it is nearly impossible that you would have owned a house within that 5-year time span, since you did not exist. Deacon, you kind of get this realization that that with the reemergence of Gully, there is, for one, anybody who has come back to this reformed kingdom, that they didn't necessarily all come back at the same point in time. That they may have had different experiences. They may have come back and had experiences since prior to you coming back. And on top of that, that's not to say that more people can't or won't come back. And on top of that, you also, well, as you're forming the last thought, it kind of fades away. And Gully, as Beatrice was your last thought, as she often is before you waver off into sleep, you hear a voice that sounds crystal clear, but sounds like it's so far off in the distance. And it calls to you. And it is Beatrice's voice. She says nothing except your name. And as it feels like you are falling into sleep, the moment that you hear her name, you jerk up awake, and it is morning. And Deacon and Gully can hear, although they're not quite sure what time it is, that the shop itself is simply bustling with life. You can hear the bell on the door almost constantly going da-ding, 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 da-ding as people enter and leave. And you can hear Lito's voice as well from down there, as well as two other voices that you are unaware of. So what would you like to do as you wake up prior to going downstairs?
First, I'm going to need to freshen up because I find myself covered in sweat from that startling realization, dream, premonition, whatever it was that startled me awake. At this point, I don't know if it's my mind playing tricks on me again, or if this is truly my love telling me that I shouldn't give up hope as I have begun to do. So yeah, I start trying to freshen up, and I'll eventually make my way down.
All right. How about you, Deacon?
Oh, sorry. Deacon kind of seems like he's trying to figure out what that last thought was. At first. He probably spends a little bit longer just kind of sitting in bed, kind of like daydreaming, and probably just thinking about the events of yesterday. He's just kind of like slumped over like the box at this point. I think, sorry, and I think at this point, just like as he thinks more about the experiences other people might have had coming up to this point, he kind of like thinks about like the experience of that person that he murdered by accident. And at this point he's kind of got that like sweat drop kind of thing, like like the just like like an emoji or something. It just has like a sweating thing. As he realizes, like, I'm sorry, I heard a really loud noise. Okay, I'm really sorry about that. And he's like, huh. When I got killed, or when me got killed, mission in life became to get revenge for that. Kind of wonder what I just did to that guy. And he's probably just gonna like stay up there for a good couple of hours, just kind of thinking about that up to this point.
Okay. Are you going to stay up there as Gully goes down, or are you kind of just going to mull it over in like waiting for him to be ready?
I I guess probably like waiting for him to be ready. I don't want to like, sorry. Yeah. I don't want to like leave him behind or something like,
Okay. So
I'll kind of like, sorry. I'll kind of like give it a couple minutes and just kind of like scurry after him and go, yeah. Sorry.
okay. So the time that you spent mulling over, trying to recall what that one last thing was that escaped you, give me a straight D20 with a DC of 15 on it.
Do. Not even close.
You spent some time trying to remember that you were trying to remember something.
Fair.
And as you concentrate so hard, you start to notice that Gully's walking across the room, and you snap right out of it, and you join him as he ventures down into the apothecary.
Thank you.
So as you go down into Cito's, you can see that there is let me bring up the picture of Isaac. Do I have Isaac?
You do.
Maybe I just didn't make a thing for him. Maybe. Okay. Why is it not? Okay, so you go down and you see this elderly gentleman kind of working on these, just kind of going about his work to the point that you can determine that this is the gentleman Isaac that Lita was talking about. Yeah, it's not going over to the page for some reason. And he's just kind of toiling away. He's kind of picking some herbs and just doing that alchemical thing that he does. And you can see that there is a younger Hylian female working the counter, tending to all the customers, as you deduce that this, is most likely the person that Lita was asking about. And while all this is going on, while Isaac is working on, doing his Royal Alchemist thing, and what is Lito doing in this shop?
Well, Lito is trying to be like, yes, look at these great wares that Cito supplies to all friends and neighbors. Am I doing this right, Cleo? Tell me, I haven't done this in a while.
Turkey, you're doing great, boss. You're doing great.
That's right. Here at Cito's, we have the best prices for the best things. Look at Cleo. She's amazing, and Isaac is cool too, and I own the place, so everybody's cool. Yeah.
And as you're making this grand announcement, a few people that Cleo has finished checking out just kind of like waves to you and nods and says, "Thanks, Cito." Do you?
Cito, but
Sorry.
okay.
And by the way, I want to say you at this point you've probably been up for about an hour or so, and quite frequently, every time that you kind of announce that this is your store, almost inevitably somebody mistakenly refers to you as Cito. So,
Still,
so this might start grating at you a little bit after like an hour or so. But realizing that this is your store and you have to maintain composure, you just kind of like cram it down. Thanks, it's Lido,
no.
but
Well, I'll walk up to a wall and I droid craft Lido in flowers and I stand in front of it. And it's just like, bye everybody, that's me. And I'm like, welcome to Zito's. See, my name is Lido. I own the place.
Hey, Lido. By the way,
Yeah.
why did you name this place Cetos?
Is it seeds in its nature? I thought it would be cool, like seeds and Lido, Cetos.
Because you put the apostrophe S on it, I think that's why everyone thinks it's your name.
It might also
Maybe
be
if you get rid of the apostrophe and just have Cetos. I think the damage is done. Never mind.
Yeah, he's when he thought of that, you could say he went nuts. I got nothing. Sorry.
I bend down
No,
for a
I
high
completely
five.
agree.
Thank you. High five. Hell yeah.
Oh, Lido, you haven't changed one bit.
Well,
Well, I take it
I'm
back.
older.
You're a little skinnier, but yeah, yeah.
I'm also older.
You need to put some meat on your bones.
I could become a bear and then I have meat on my bones.
Yeah, but that's only why you're in bear form. You need to eat
bear
more.
meat is stinky. You don't want that kind of meat anyway.
I wasn't planning on eating myself. That would be weird.
I didn't mean you. I meant just bears in general. Bears.
Stop. You're gonna turn me away from bears now. Gosh darn it.
Oh, sorry.
Too late.
Sorry.
Image is there. No more bear meat for me.
So, yes, I, the owner of Cetos, Lido, am going to take my two friends out to get breakfast. Isaac, Cleo's in charge.
Nice.
he kind of like raises one eyebrow and looks over at this girl who might not even be old enough to drink at this point, especially from his perspective, and goes, and just turns right back down to his stuff, like completely disregarding everything and just focusing on his work. So, so you vacate the store. Is there anything you want to do before vacating the store?
I'm good.
I got nothing.
Good, Gully?
Nope, I'm good.
Sounds good.
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
Breakfast? Wait, yeah. Across the street, that's the same place that you had the soup from, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
But there's also the
Yeah,
tavern
yeah.
I think still makes food.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, let's go. Yeah, that's good.
So, so as you start to trek over to the soup shop, you have just casual walking conversation, and in doing so, you come to the realization that maybe soup is not the best breakfast food. So so you decide to go to the inn instead, where most people are enjoying their breakfast. Although there are a couple people, as you make the trek over, you do see a couple people going in for soup, but you kind of like get this impression, be like, clearly they didn't get the message. So you walk into the inn, and it is a bustling morning. You can see, strangely, the moment you walk in, the aroma of ale is filling the room. But it's not it doesn't have your typical ale smell. There's definitely something else to it, and you look around, and you can see that they're kind of running as they often do, a type of like buffet style breakfast. They have different stations set up, and the everyone has these mugs, but the tint of the beverage is more on the orange side. So yeah, so you walk in, the three of you, and you're immediately greeted by a hostess who asks if you will be joining for breakfast. It says, "Welcome. How many will be joining today?"
I could go for some.
Very nice.
As you know, we normally come here all the time. Isn't that right, guys?
Yeah, we have a room here and everything, don't we?
Last time I checked.
And the hostess has like a bit of a puzzled look on her face because you don't seem familiar to her, and she's like, I've been here for like 2 years, and I don't ever remember seeing you guys."
You don't remember
Gully turns and he says, "See, this is what I mean. Like some people know it, some people don't, and some people I remember, and some people I don't. Like I don't remember this chick."
What
Okay.
happened? What happened to Hugh?
Hugh? Oh, Hugh hasn't been around for ages. Hugh,
Deacon looks also puzzled.
well, see, what happened was Hugh decided he wanted to take up the life of an adventurer, and rumor has it that he ended up trying to clear out this cave of moblins, and when he got to the end of the cave, he found a massive treasure chest and just bolted. And no one's seen him since.
Like he ran from treasure?
No, he took it. He took it and ran.
No.
Oh, he took the treasure and ran. I
Yeah.
thought you meant that he saw the treasure and he was too scared to take it because of all the moblins, and he ran.
No,
But he
he
got the treasure and ran away with it. Oh,
yeah, he ran. I mean, that's how the story goes. But yeah, I mean, since he took up that job, no one's seen him since, and we all just kind of assumed he just got one of those jobs that every adventurer wishes for, and just made it to Easy Street.
Huh. So he got a huge payday?
He got a huge payday.
Yes.
So, but ever since, I mean, we've been holding it together, and since then, we've made some changes. We've changed the menu a bit. We've tried to, appeal to a larger clientele, because the when the construction when the construction job shifted goals to a more upper class type of residents, we decided to kind of up things a bit. So we've like we did this buffet every day, and that kind of sometimes gets a couple people. We get a nice mix of people from the nice end of town, a couple travelers, things like that.
Is it buffet time now?
Yeah. We got a buffet. It's 5 rupees a piece, a plate, and you can just have your fill. As long as you don't have as long as you don't cause trouble, we're happy to have you.
Lido, this is exactly what you need. Come on.
Yes. I need food.
And the hostess kind of like holds her hand. I was like,
you don't just need food, you need buffet. You're not eating enough food.
All right. Edo needs to Edo. That's what I'm doing today. That's my bit.
I just shake my head. So who's actually like in charge of this place now?
Like owns it, or is running it right now?
Both.
Well, I'm in charge right now, but Now I gotta look up her name. You know what? After Hugh left, the owner from next door, Barry, bought the place. So he doesn't frequent it too often, but if we ever have any problems or anything like that, he's just a short walk away.
Okay. I don't know who Barry is. That's okay.
Barry's the owner of the soup shack.
Oh. Okay. So, gentlemen, shall we buffet?
Yes. I will eat everything.
And as you begin to walk in, the hostess abruptly stops, cuts you off again, and holds her hand out and goes, there is the small matter of prepaying the bill for you and your companions.
I hand her 3 blue rupees.
Very well. Steps aside and says, grab plates.
I don't say this, but if she was slightly more polite, it would have been a 4th one.
Well, she is not that kind of girl. And she looks like she could be. She's very short, but she's not short enough to think that, she would be like Kokiri. And she comes off initially as very bubbly and nice, but the moment that she feels like business is business, her entire demeanor changes.
Nice. Respectable. I just wanted to make that joke.
Yeah. So, and the moment she has rupees in hand and says, and be sure to, if you do indulge to and partake to, help yourself to a stein of our Allange.
What?
Our Allange juice. It's a proprietary combination of ale and orange juice. And then you connect the dots and you realize that was the smell that was hitting you as you came in. The off tinge of the smell of the ale is simply quite the addition of orange juice to the ale.
Huh. Not quite a mimosa, but
yeah, aiming to be a mimosa, but it's not even remotely that classy of a joint. They don't have champagne, so they just use ale.
Brass monkey.
So, can you just get orange juice by itself?
Yeah. I mean, if that's what you like.
Yes.
Great. I'll have that as well.
All right. So she kind of points. She goes, so the buffet starts here. It goes around as she kind of gestures around the corner, and then when it gets to the edge of the table, you can see 3 separate mini barrels with spigots on each of them, and on each of the spigots is a crudely carved and burned sign. One says ale, one says orange, and one says, excuse me, ale. What did I say it was?
Ale orange and what?
Ale orange and something else.
Ale orange, yeah. Ale orange
okay.
or orange, and the combination. So, all right. So you walk in to the main part of the inn, and what would you like to do? You can see that there's a number of tables. Many of them are occupied. There are a few that are open. There are a couple seats at the bar, but the people that are sitting around those open seats just look sad and depressing. But what would you like to do?
So do we just sit anywhere, or do you seat us at a table? Because
you do you guys.
It looks a little full. We do.
And she kind of holds her head up. She's like, well, there's over there's a table, and you could probably sit with those people. Those are nice people. They probably wouldn't mind. I think there's a booth kind of like around the corner a bit that's usually open, but yeah, kind of where it's if you want to sit by yourselves, you can sit by yourselves. If you want to sit with somebody, you can do that too. It's a very informal
Yeah,
seating.
we'll definitely have to do a table. I think I'm a little too big to squeeze into a booth.
Because yeah, I could see over there. There's right dead center in the middle of the room. There's 3 open tables.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Welcome.
And
Thank you.
this is buffet, no limit, as much as we want, because my buddy here, he really needs to eat more.
Yeah. Just as much as you'd like. Just a few rules. One, you can't take anything with you. And 2,
Okay.
again, I need you have to be well behaved. We're not looking to cause any trouble around here. And 3, if you puke, you're done.
Okay, wait. You keep saying if you're well behaved. Do people come in here and like get rambunctious and aren't well behaved?
And
What kind of stuff
sometimes,
goes down in this buffet? Maybe you should take out that ale orange in the ale and just have orange juice.
well,
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
I mean that might make more people rambunctious.
Just a thought. Okay.
I mean, we
Your
did
establishment.
we did try it once. We'll just say it didn't go well because usually if, like I said, I'm the only one here, so if I have to keep my customers happy, because if somebody gets a little out of line, I kind of need to depend on them to oust the people that need to be ousted. And if they're not happy, they might not do it.
Okay, fair enough. And he puts an arm kind of like around Lito's shoulder/neck, and guides him towards the buffet. Come on, Lito.
Okay.
Hey, Deacon, you too. Come on.
I chased after them jauntily. I'd actually like to just cast a spell on all of us for like an hour. I'm going to cast Enhance Ability Constitution on all 3 of us, so that's at a 4th level. So that we can all jam pack as much food as humanly possible.
Nice.
You got it. Okay, so the risk of vomiting from overindulging is greatly diminished.
So, as we walk into the buffet, I'm actually keeping a lookout. I'm looking to see if we find any more of our friends randomly, eating. Also, I'm looking to see if there's any traces of the Minish still here.
Ooh, Minish.
Ooh, okay. So from from where you're seated, knowing that the Minish were in a specific room, it would be a hard thing to tell.
Oh, sorry. Just to interject with one thing. As part of the spell I just cast, you also gain 2d6 temporary hit points. I don't foresee that actually leading anywhere, but I feel like I have to mention it just in case.
Okay.
10 still works.
Nice. That's pretty good, actually.
Very, very nice.
Sorry about that.
Nope, all good. So, yeah, okay. So the Minish is a hard thing to discern from simply looking. But what was the other thing?
I was just looking to see if we had any of our other friends in here randomly.
Okay. So you have a pretty good crowd. You see a couple of off-duty guards that might look familiar, but not ones that you've like specifically had interactions with, like Andy's not there.
Okay, but they're not like the ones from yesterday that are probably still drinking.
No. They were going like back with this. I mean, they look like they're seasoned guards, like they look like they've been doing it for a while, but given the time gap, it may or may not be have guards that like you've talked to at like the gates or something like that. In terms of the rest of the patrons, give me a. You know what? Your choice, perception or investigation.
Oh, of course, perception. I'm better at it. 19.
19. Okay. So as you're kind of looking around the room, you notice the door opens and a familiar face does walk in.
Okay.
Let me... Ooh, sorry. Hold on. I know his name, but I don't want to misspeak on it because then I have to misspeak on it for the rest of the campaign. So I have to look up his name. Oh, okay. I remember now. So the door opens and through the door walks Thudbutt.
Oh man, I haven't seen him in so long.
And oh, I'm sorry. He looks exactly the same. Like he looks like he hasn't aged a day.
Nice.
He walks in and you can see him kind of talking to the hostess, and the conversation starts to, through observation of the mannerisms, starts to get a little bit heated. Before I go into further escalation, is there anything that you would like to act on this situation yet?
I would like to jaunt over, just kind of like immediately. Can I hear anything that they might be saying?
How close do you want to get?
I will literally just straight up approach them.
Okay, because I was going to say there's a lot of ambient noise in this place, and you would have to get very close to understand their words.
Yeah. I'm not making any bones about approaching them.
All right. So as you approach, you can first tell that he's talking in a very agitated tone of voice, and as you get closer, you can tell that he is outright yelling at the hostess, saying that, how could you not have his food ready? I called you over an hour ago. What type of place is this? I will have this place shut down. You don't know who you're dealing with. And the conversation continues on in this manner, and his agitation and anger continues to escalate.
Okay, so I'm going to approach, and I'm going to man. Oh fuck! I just refreshed the page by accident. I'm going to approach him and go. So who is it exactly that you're dealing with? Me from back of house. So maybe me can help you with your problem. Who are you exactly?
Finally, somebody who knows how to address a problem. And he just like abruptly just turns away from the hostess and says, well, since I have never seen you before, I expect that it is proper to introduce myself, but I am Theodore Buttress. And my employer has placed an order over an hour ago, and I was told that there was no evidence of such order, therefore my order was not ready, and I am not happy. I have been my boss has been waiting now for 2 hours for this food.
Who's your boss? Maybe me can sort out through some of this. Who, if you just tell me who your boss is, maybe we can expedite the order.
Well, my boss is Sir Patrick Fitzgerald III. And I have come all the way here from what you people refer to as the nice part of town and have braved these filthy streets to get food for him.
Gotcha. So I'm going to just say, okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to look at him and I'm going to say, my incantation for okay, sorry. I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna just say my incantation for mass suggestion, which is would you kindly let me guide you? And I do like obviously I perform the somatic components of my spell. I say, and just make like a wisdom saving throw for me.
I'm gonna put a -2 on the spin. A 1.
Yeah.
Okay. So, oh, sorry. How about you take how about instead of paying for it, you go and take all of your money and give it to some of the other people on the street who need to eat, and then go home.
And he turns to the hostess very angrily and says, I am done with this filthy establishment. I will never wait 4 hours for this slop again. And he walks out.
Also,
Uh-huh.
okay. I apologize. I should have made my statement before I had you roll, but I was too busy trying to be dramatic. Sorry about that.
Is there something else on there?
No.
Okay.
It's just that.
And-
I'm just apologizing. I shouldn't have broken format like that. I apologize.
No, it's quite right. And he like throws the door open, and before the door starts to like close behind him, you can see him taking rupees out of his pouch and just chucking them at people. And he goes, "Here, you eat that slop, and you eat that slop," and the door closes as he continues on with this, and just goes out of sight.
I turn to the waitress and give a thumbs up. Hope that okay.
She goes, "Thanks. Sometimes those rich towns can be a handful. I apologize for you having to witness that, but as I've stated before, it's always wise and customary for me to rely on the kindness of my patrons to handle handfuls like that. So thank you, I appreciate it."
Sure. Sorry me doubted you earlier, and I flicker a yellow rupee.
She goes to catch it. She fumbles it a little bit, and then catches it and puts it in her pocket and thanks you.
Okay. And incidentally, let me just pull up the spell. I just for the duration. So he has 24 hours to continue giving out all of his money and then going home.
Okay. And then is what
Yeah,
happens when he
spell is
runs out of money?
He can go home.
Okay, so after he finishes just pelting the townspeople with rupees, he eventually makes his way back down to the southern part of town.
Yes. There we go. Yeah. Okay. And then I'm going to slink back to my friends at the buffet area.
All right. So, did Gully ever have any run-ins with Thudbutt? I don't believe so. Okay, but Leto did.
Nope.
Okay, so as Deacon returns to the party, and you witness the whole thing. What do you guys do?
So,
Okay, that was interesting.
Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to make it weird.
is Thud not a bad guy now?
Well, he seemed like it. I mean, I don't know. I don't trust anybody from that part of town, so like
But you know
I
who
don't.
that was?
Yeah, on some level. I think he used to torment the other Lost Boys. Like he used to like chase the girls and stuff, and me see that his personality kind of the same but worse. But like I figured, I'd just get him out of here because like
Chase
giving
the
away
girls
shit's
in a
hard.
bad way or a good way? Because I remember I used to chase girls when I was little.
He shrugs. I guess it's not that bad, but like I don't know. I just remember him being like terminal pain in butt, and like this seemed like in character for that.
Yeah.
Hey guys, give me
Okay,
a couple minutes. I'll be right back.
but Leto, your food.
Yes, I'll be back to eat. Just give me a couple minutes.
Okay,
Right
as long
back.
as you're coming back to eat. All right.
Yes, I'm coming back to eat. So I walk by the hostess and I look at her and I will be right back. I have something I need to give you. I'll be right back. And I go running over to Cito's.
Okay. Doesn't take that long to cross town, and what do you go? What do you grab once you go to Cito's?
I look for a container, nothing more than like, that could possibly hold like powder in it.
Does it have powder? Or it's just an empty container.
It's an empty container at the moment.
Okay.
So I find one that has a cork that I can put on it.
Mhm.
Okay. Then I go, hey Isaac, do you have a pedal, a mixer pedal thing like to crush up herbs and stuff?
Oh, pestle. Yeah.
Pestle and mortar. That's what.
Yeah, I got you. He goes, "What do you want? Stone, wood, metal? What do you want?"
Doesn't matter. It's actually no, wood would probably be best.
And he goes, "Well, it does matter, but well, I guess depends. What are you crushing?"
It's a secret.
Then you know what? How about this one? And he hands you like this glass one, and
Okay.
he goes, this one's fragile. Be careful, but this one's special because when you grind stuff in it, it's non-porous. So just erring on the side of caution because I'm not sure what you're grinding. It's probably best to grind up something with this non-porous mortar and pestle.
Yes, porous. That's bad. Okay, I'm gonna go do it. So I go over to a wall and I start droid crafting some of my favorite kind of leaves ever, poison oak, and I start carefully cutting them off and putting them into the mortar and pestle.
Mhm.
And when I get enough, I start grinding it down, trying to make it into a powder as best as I can. And I
Mhm.
keep filling up the container with it until the container's full.
Right.
Once the container's full, I pop the top on. I go back to Isaac. Isaac, wash this out the best that you can, but don't breathe in any of the like dust. Otherwise, probably need like an ointment to get rid of it. So just yeah. Okay, bye. And I walk back across the street.
Okay, so the moment that you walk out of Cito's, a red rupee hits you in the head.
I pick it up.
And you can see you see Theodore Buttress as that was the last rupee in his pouch. And he says, "I am done with this place. I am going home."
Okay, bye.
And as he approaches the gate, you can hear him like yelling at the guards, like, "Get out of my way! Open up!" And they open up the gate, and he walks through, and they close it behind him.
It's kind of a jerk now. Whatever. So I go back walking into the inn, and I go up to the girl, and I'm like, okay, so, and I pull out the little, you know, bottle that I have. This, if you ever have anybody like that again, just kind of, blow a little at them. They won't want to, bother you again.
Nice.
And she,
Also, here is this special ointment for you. For some reason you get it on you, use that.
and what container is the ointment in?
I have 3 doses of it. I put it in something, let's say another glass container.
Okay, well, we'll consider like a vial.
Yes.
Okay, so she's holding the vial in one hand as she's like twirling it in her fingers, and she's holding the glass bottle in the other hand, and as she rotates it, you can see like the fine granules just kind of rotating inside the bottle. She says, "Well, if that's what I'm to do, I must ask what it is. I don't want to find myself in a bad situation."
Okay. So, you know what poison oak is?
I've heard of it.
Well, that, and I point to the bottle with the granules in it, is powdered poison oak. If someone gets it on their skin, they basically will break out and start scratching and get red bumps and very unpleasant. This is so that way you can protect yourself from butt heads like that.
Oh,
The
well,
other one is to cure it in case you get some on you.
she goes, well, thank you. That is a peculiar but appreciated gift, and I thank you. But now, can you explain to me what the powdered poison oak looks like?
From the description that I would probably give it, it's a white powder with like red specks in it.
Okay. So she takes both the vial and the jar and kind of puts it off on an adjacent pedestal, one that she was standing next to, like a greeting pedestal when you came in, and she says, that's very kind. I appreciate it, and I promise I will use it as a last ditch effort on the event that nobody is able to come to my aid.
Also, one last thing, I'm not hitting you on you or anything, but how old are you?
I'm 20.
Okay, so here is a red rupee, and I give her the red rupee that I just got. There is a girl in the shop across the way at Cito's. Her name is Cleo. She probably could use a cool friend, and I think you would do it. So hit it off, and the two of you become friends. By the way, what's your name? My name's Lido. I own Cito's.
My name is Natalie, and
Oh, Natalie, Cleo's awesome. I think you're pretty cool too. I don't know you that well, but I think the two of you should be friends, especially, you're working in the industry and everything, you're going to have butt heads and all that. But as a good boss, I think a good boss should make, friends with other people so that way, like not like that. Because we know Barry. Barry's cool. So if we're cool with Barry, hope that you would be cool with Cleo. You don't have to be cool with Isaac. Isaac's kind of, he's snooty, but
Okay. And her, you notice her body started to tense up a bit the moment you brought the rupee into it.
Okay.
Like she doesn't want to connect the dots, but she also doesn't want the dots to be connected. And she's like, oh, okay, I'll go, I'll go and say hi to Cleo, and if she's a nice person, friends are good. Friends are good.
Tell her you're a buddy of Lito's, and she'll be like, "Oh, I know him. Hey, he's pretty cool. I think you're pretty cool. We should hang out. We should go around Castle Town and be like, oh, this is awesome."
Yes. That sounds good. I will do that at my next free moment.
One last thing. Are we allowed to go upstairs?
Have you rented a room?
Yes.
Give me a deception check.
Well, last time we checked, we had a room.
Last time you checked, it was a different timeline.
Well, that's a 13.
13. Well, given that you believe you do, I'll let you roll that advantage.
Okay. Still probably going to be terrible, but it's all charisma.
Hey,
All right.
Oh, nat 20. Okay.
nice.
So she goes, all right. I would not hold a patron up from visiting the room by all means.
Thank you. And I happen to not have my key on me. May I have the key to? And I say the room that the minish were in.
Okay. We'll just call it the first suite.
Okay.
And she goes, but you, I mean, I can check if there's a spare. Well, I'll tell you, I'll go.
You know what? No. You know what? I'm pretty sure my friend actually has a key.
Oh, okay, no
You're
worries. All right, well, I won't hold you up from your meal any longer. I do fear that it is getting cold, and
Okay.
and if there's anything else that I can do to be of service, just don't hesitate to ask.
Also, if you need any more of either of those, and I point to the bottles, let me know.
Well, thank you, I appreciate it.
All right, bye.
Bye.
And
So
I sit down and go, it was tiring. I totally fought an army, and now I'm back, and I'm starving, and I start eating.
Nice. Welcome back, Lito. Thanks, guys. Sorry. Again, apologies if me overreacted. I'm just not like seeing people rude like that.
Oh no, trust me, he'll get his.
Good to hear, Lito. Thank you. Appreciate it.
So,
I mean, really? But you sure there wasn't too much? I mean, again, you know what? Never mind.
No, I should probably think more. Decoon at this point is just kind of thinking like, maybe that was too much. He sighs.
So
Guess.
I look at Tikkun and I'm like, put my finger out. I'm like, that was very bad. That was amazing. Don't ever do that again. Totally do it again. It's okay. It's not okay to make people do things like that. Do it all the time. Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
Gully looks and he's just confused and starts eating more again.
Put a hand on Gully's shoulder and be like, it's a hero thing.
Nice.
He looks even more perplexed by that, and then starts eating again. And then he hands what the equivalent of whatever would be a big huge hunk of meat to Leto, and pushes it towards his mouth.
Just force feeding him at this point. That's all Gully wanted, just to make Leto eat. Put some meat on those bones.
Yeah, it's gotta, feel him out a little bit more.
Okay. So I guess we eat,
Munch, munch.
and then once we get close to being full, I'm like, so, Minish.
Finish. I love that. How can I
So,
help?
Gully, you probably haven't met them. They're kind of cool. They're upstairs in Suite 1. We're going to go visit them because they're cool. And I have an idea. Is that cool with you?
Yeah, let's go.
Works for me.
Wait. Do I need to be ready for a fight?
No, they're like 1 foot tall or smaller.
They're tiny.
That doesn't mean anything. Look at Deacon.
Yes, Ikun's very
Nice.
scary. These guys, not
Thank
so
you.
much.
Okay. Little bit opposite of Deacon and smaller.
And I will look at Deacon and go, and we have our key, wink, wink.
Mm. You nuts. I do. I do. DQ nods. You recognize the subtext. I do indeed have these tools.
So, upstairs we shall go.
Right. So you make the way upstairs. You come to the door of the first suite, and I guess Deacon roll me a thieves tool check.
Okay. So I'm going to cast the 5th level skill empowerment to give myself proficiency in thieves tools.
I put my hand on him and go, you got this, and give him guidance too.
Thank you. So I don't have it on my sheet, but I'm going to just roll sleight of hand because it's functionally the same. As I have a +5 for my gauntlets of for my gloves of Gilbert Gottfried. My thieves gauntlets. Anyway, okay.
All right.
So 30.
Door doesn't exist anymore.
That door will never lock again.
So you expertly unlock this door. In the fraction of a second, you just hear that all too familiar just click. That lets you know that the lock is no longer secure.
I look at Gully and I look at Ikun and go, you know what I forgot to ask?
Pepe!
I forgot to ask if the room was occupied, and I just opened the door.
Oh, jeez.
Well, if you had asked, the answer would be yes by you. So you open the door and you see within the room that although the room currently has no inhabitants, that the room is currently occupied. You can see that there's like outfits sprawled out, or not sprawled out, but laid out on the bed. You see luggage, number of different pairs of shoes from what you gather. Excuse me. The room is inhabited by a single family with a young male child. Again, none of them are in the room.
Maybe we should leave now. I don't think this is okay.
Trust me on this. So I go over to the Minish hole, if it's still there.
The hole is there.
Okay, I crouch down and be like, are you in there? I would like to talk to one of you, please.
I'd like to give him an inspiration.
All right. Give me persuasion.
Okay, let's see how terrible this is. It's a D12, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I need it. Hey, 25.
Yay.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Okay. So after you call out to them, a tiny high pitched voice calls out from the hall. It says, "Nobody's home."
Can I assist him in a slightly unorthodox way?
Sure.
I would like to peek around the corner so that hopefully the little Minish can see me. And I would like to play on my Minish flute, a jaunty little tune for them.
All right, give me a performance check.
Okay, I can't hum. My voice is too deep for that. But anyway, okay, 29.
Okay, so after you play the tune, a secondary voice calls out. Not calls out, but you hear a secondary voice from the hole. They're like, "He has the flute." And the first one goes, "But I already said nobody's home." Like, but if he has the flute, everything should be okay. You're like, are you trying to make me look like a liar?
So I'm like, well, you're not lying if nobody is actually not home and there's actually a person named Nobody.
And the second voice goes, "I think he's talking to you." And he goes, should are you saying that you really think I should go out? And he goes, "Yeah, you should go talk to them." And be like, "Only if you come with me." "Fine, scaredy cat." The guy goes, "Cat." It's an expression. So thanks. So in a couple seconds, these two tiny Minish just like ever so cautiously, two Minish heads pop out from like the side of the hole in the wall. They don't say anything. and then when you say that, see, they can see us, and they're not trying to kill us. Okay, I'll call out to them. Say,
he can't hear you.
He goes, so the first one calls out and he says, "Hello."
Hello?
And the second one calls out, he goes, "What does he want? He hasn't said yet."
Well, you just said hello, so I was waiting to see if you had any more to say.
No.
Okay. Well, I'm Nito. That's Gully. That's Decoon. He's got the flute, by the way. I was wondering if you wanted to do something cool with me.
And he his eyes kind of widen in an alarmed fashion.
No, nothing like dangerous or anything. Oh, it shouldn't be dangerous if we do it the right way.
Second one calls out, "What does he want?" He goes, "I don't know. I think something dangerous."
Not dangerous.
"I think he's lying."
I give him another inspiration with my flute.
So, I'll just put it out there. I was planning, because they have orange juice downstairs, which is okay. I'm personally a fan of apple juice. I was planning on, possibly growing like an apple tree. And since you guys are living in the walls, wouldn't you like to have like a nice at your house? I could probably build into the apple tree like a house for you guys. Then you could live there, and then I could possibly ask you guys to harvest the apples from the trees, and then we would have a symbiotic relationship.
It's genius.
He looks, he goes, "But trees," and then you see like a tiny hand just like fucking slap the back of his head. He's like, "Stop that." He goes, "Trees have bugs, and bugs are scary."
Yes. But look at Tikun. I got nothing.
Let me think about this for a second.
Oh, I know. See that guy? And I point to Gully. He is a master bug killer. Right, Gully?
Yes.
See, master bug killer. In theory, you won't have to worry about the bugs because he is a master bug killer. And with our help and the tree, we will not have to worry about bugs.
Give me a
Right?
perception.
I pull out my sword. Oh wait, they can't see us. Never mind.
They're good.
Oh no, they're like at like the threshold of the opening. Like they can see you guys, but they just don't want to cross out into the open room.
And see, this is very helpful with getting rid of bugs. And I pull out my sword, and I speak the command word, and it goes flame me.
Cool.
See, I burn them with this,
That's awesome.
He goes, oh,
and then I turn it off and put it away.
Double cool.
and then you hear the second one again. What does he want? He goes, I think he wants us to move into a tree, and then he wants to burn it down.
No.
He goes, well, I mean, so he's like calling out to Gully. He goes, you can protect us?
Of course I can. I'll burn up all those bugs for you because they're scary.
Where,
I don't like scary bugs either.
where is this tree?
Well, that's the thing. I'm gonna grow it.
Trees take a long time to grow.
Well,
Very
I'm pretty
long
sure
time.
Tikun, we can probably make things happen with magic.
So where would you plant this tree?
Well, I have to talk to Barry. Barry's the guy who basically owns this place. I'm gonna see if I could put it somewhere nearby. That way, it's close to my place, which is across the street, which is the grassy place that's really cool looking, and everybody goes to. So we'll have it there, so that way we'll have a tree, and we'll have the apples, and we'll get the apples, and then we'll make apple juice,
Hmm.
and maybe apple sauce.
I love apples.
Well,
Don't say that out loud.
would this tree be big enough for all of us?
How many are there?
And he goes, he turns around and he starts like counting, and he counts very fast at first. He goes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he starts to slow down. And he goes 6, 9, 22. And the second guy just pushes him aside, and he goes, there's like 30 of us. He can't
Yeah,
count.
I can do that.
Okay. I don't know how to put this. Can I roll like? Do I know anything about Minish outside of like maybe habitats or anything like that? Would I know anything like that from like Kakariko learning stuff, or like just what the alchemist told me about like where they live and stuff?
How deep do you want to go with this knowledge?
To be honest with you, I just want to know if Deekun could reason out that Minish like to live in like pots with holes in them and stuff. Because that's one of the major things that was used in Minish Cap, the Legend of Zelda game. It was like they would have like little homes and like pots and holes and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's not delving too deep into it, but just give me a nature check.
Okay.
We'll throw the DC at like 12.
Thanks.
Oh.
Okay. Nature. It's a flat roll. 8. Okay. I remain silent.
Okay. But they do seem impressed by Gully and his sword, and they do feel that you are capable of protecting them. They're okay with taking the exchange of protection for labor. But beyond that, they are skeptical. So, basically, with the first Minish, the conclusion that he comes to is he wants to see it before he can commit to it. Like he's worried about the hypothetical aspect of the situation.
I can do that.
He's like, how and how would we get there?
Well, you'll move there?
Well, moving is something most living creatures can do, but to go across town is a very long trip for us Minish.
You can ride on me.
And Zekman goes, what did he say? He goes, he said we can ride on the slimy one. He goes, he's not
I won't be
slimy.
slimy when you ride on me, though.
He goes, all right, well, you will carry us. I don't.
Yes.
As long as we are carried, because it would take a long time to walk across town to where you say your shop is and where you say the tree will be.
Yep.
So, well, let's. I don't want to get, these other Minish all riled up over something. So, let's come back to this.
Okay.
You stranger know where to find us.
Yes.
And you stranger have the flute.
Yes.
But you seem like good people.
We are.
Yes.
Okay. So we will see you soon, or we will see you later. But we will see you.
Yes.
Okay.
You might hear from me in like your head or something. Magic again. You remember that you can reply to me if you need to.
Okay. I will talk to you through magic.
Yes, that too.
The second one goes, that sounds exciting. And the first one's like, he doesn't want to talk to you.
Okay. So, gentlemen, we have a mission. Time to
Grow a
go talk
tree?
to Barry.
Okay.
What's everyone's passives?
As of what?
Perception.
12.
19.
16.
Okay. So at this point of day, the people are, they've had their fill and they're starting to come out of the like leave the the buffet's over and they're starting to file out of the inn and everything. So the ambient noise has started to die down, and in the bar area you can hear somebody talking to the hostess with a very bratty kid screaming about something, and you can just Leto barely make out the conversation, like key points of the conversation, saying, what do you mean? That's our room. And the hostess's voice becomes very alarmed.
Lock the door. Lock the door. We gotta get out of here.
Okay. I locked the door. Here. Okay. How do you want to get out of here?
I have a plan.
There is a window.
No. I have a plan.
Okay.
Ellie, I need you to act like you're escorting us out.
I can do that. Okay. Yeah,
You were
that's
a guard,
easy.
right?
I've done this.
So,
I've done this plenty of times before. Yeah.
yes.
Okay, so
Deacon looks already ashamed of himself, so he's doing his part to look like he deserves this.
at
Hey,
this
all right,
point,
you two, come on. All right, come on.
wait,
Get out of here. Let's go. Come on.
before you leave the room, Gully is in his plain clothes. Before you vacate the room with this, is there anything that you want to do to try to make this a more believable interaction?
I do have like leftover town guard disguises from that time that we were town guard.
I wasn't even aware of that. Perfect.
No, I remember from the Gigo fight.
Yes.
Oh, Gully would be in like full gear.
But
Nice.
Okay.
That's why he's got a sword.
right, but I mean, I'm trying to like remember correctly, but Gully was Gully was part of the town's guard. He was part of the royal guard, but
But he's not wearing that now. Yeah.
So his weapons and his armor and everything would be like his personal stuff.
Yeah. He's not got the royal garbs anymore.
Okay, but
I have that disguise left over because Leto didn't use his because he turned into a bear or something like that. I think. Yeah, he was doing the bladed moorbounder thing, I think, and so he didn't use his disguise, so I just kind of have it left over.
perfect. Okay,
so I can apply that to you, Gully. So you're basically disguised as working for the town guard again.
Perfect. Thank you. Oh, this. You guys are certainly well prepared. Why didn't I find you sooner?
You wonder that too.
Last thing, this is going to be important.
Mhm.
Ellie, there's a window at the end of the hallway, right?
At the end of the hallway, there's one at the end of the room, and
Okay, at the
yeah.
end of the room. I'm going to run over to open it.
Mhm.
So once it's open, I'm going to look at Deacon and go, okay. I cast Pass Without a Trace on the two of us, and I go, Gully, go, and you stay out. And then we're going to jump out the window.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I jump out the window.
Hey,
Like,
and you stay out.
All right.
Scallywags, you ruffians.
And then walk downstairs, and you're fine.
So as Leto and Deacon have basically defenestrated themselves, you jump out the window and you notice that there is a barrel collecting, like adjacent to the downspout, collecting water.
Okay.
I know exactly what Deacon's going to do.
I'm going to reach out for this pipe and try and go down it.
All right. So give me an athletics or an acrobatics check, but given like the sudden assessment of the situation, it's going to be a DC 12, but it's going to be at disadvantage.
Okay.
Because like you've ejected yourself from the window and you're like, oh shit, a downspout. So like that hasty movement.
15 with disadvantage.
All right, so perfect. So you're able to just as you come out, you jump out the window. You notice the downspout. You hook the downspout by like your foot, and are able to just kind of grasp it and ride the downspout down into the barrel full of water. And Deacon, what do you do?
Would you allow me to say that I was sprinting or like dashing across the room to jump out the window on short notice?
Yeah.
Cool. I use for the first time ever, I get to use my Deku ability Water Hop as a Deku scrub. That allows me to bounce over surfaces of water without sinking into them as long as I am dashing.
So you're going for the downspout too?
No, I can land on top of the puddle of water and then do like a double jump off the surface of it because I'm a Deku scrub.
But
Because I'm dashing.
the puddle in the barrel, or are you looking for just like a random puddle on the ground?
Puddle in the barrel is fine. Just anything that's easy to hit.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, am I correct in saying like there's a barrel? Because I don't really know what a downspout is.
It connects to the gutter, and then the gutter runs down, and it ejects the water from the gutter into the barrel.
Gotcha. So yeah, it's like I could jump from like the window into the top of the barrel, and then it would let me like bounce off the barrel of water, and then make like a jump.
Okay. So again, same thing. Give me acrobatics at disadvantage, same DC and everything.
Okay.
Just to kind of be able to like maneuver yourself.
Gotcha. Natural one.
All right. So you go to grab the downspout and you miss it, and you start kind of free falling. You know that you're not going to hit the barrel with the water in it.
Try and reach out and grab it.
How tall up are we?
2 stories. So I want to say 20 feet.
Gotcha. I think at this point Deacon would like not want to cause property damage, so I'm just gonna eat the fall, to be honest with you.
Okay. Give me a roll, and then I'll make my note.
Roll a what?
Fall damage.
You know what? I'll say. Given that the way that I operate fall mechanics, I will say that Leto had fallen, landed a good couple seconds beforehand, and at the same time, give me. Is that still active?
Yeah.
When did we cast it?
I cast it right before we
Well,
jumped out the window.
Yeah.
Before they went out the window.
Oh.
That's without a trace. So literally all of this is happening and it's silent.
Yeah. Plus I have the boots of Korok kind that also make my footsteps silent too. So
Okay, so you don't make the noise, but so as Leto kind of like
silently bust your butt.
Yeah, well, so as Leto emerges from the barrel, he can see that Deacon is kind of in this free fall state, but being a light Deku scrub, he's going to be falling a little bit slower. So I'm going to give Leto an opportunity to make an athletics check of DC 18, time being the difficult the difficult aspect of this, to kind of like tip himself over, like tip over the barrel with him in it to potentially create a puddle.
At normal or disadvantage?
Given the high DC, I'll just say straight roll.
Here we go.
Thank you, Leto.
Oh.
All right. So,
that's a no.
so Deacon does kind of like take that free fall for the from the 20 feet.
Gotcha. Okay. 2d6.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I have 1 temporary hit point remaining.
Okay. Now that is done, I could simply say, why didn't you just pedal glide?
Oh yeah. I don't know. Well, the thing is, right?
Too.
I had actually thought about that literally, like as you were like saying, like Leto do the grab thing, and then I was like, No, I mean I already said it. I'm trying to like stick to like things that I've said.
I get
It
it.
was a spur of the moment. It was just like, we got to do this.
Right.
And go.
That's true.
Absolutely. I totally get that.
So once he falls,
Mhm.
I go and pick him up without a trace still going. I walk around the side of the building. I wait a little bit, and then I go and drop it and go, oh, they went that way. And I point randomly in a direction.
Okay, so I'm going to need deception checks from both Lido and Gully, as we're going to switch to Gully after this.
See how amazing this is. That's a 10.
I think didn't I give both of you an inspiration?
Yes, you did. Let's try that again. With hopefully a better number.
It
How about
is
an
a D12.
18?
Oh, sorry, Gully.
Okay, so nobody seems to even notice what Lido's talking about one way or the other, because the whole thing happened with no sound either. So the family comes up to the room with the hostess, and they see Gully, and part of the Hellion getup is a mask that largely obscures one's face. So the hostess doesn't recognize Gully as all four of them come into the room, and as they come in, the hostess is like, "Where'd they go?" What do you say, Gully?
Tossed him out the window.
And the husband starts to look at you a little bit. He goes, "Don't you think that armor's a little tight on you?" And at this point, like, the armor came from Lido, so you're about the same height. But as has been described many times this session,
No, it's not a little tight. It's really tight. And it's riding in some places that you wouldn't even want to know about, buddy. But yeah, they're being stingy with the upgrades. I need some new armor.
all right. Too much soup, as Fuzzy says. So
Yeah, it could have been too much soup also. I did have a lot of that buffet.
and then so the husband starts to like look around the room. Like he looks under the beds, he looks under like piles of clothes, he looks in luggage, and he finds nobody, or any more importantly, nothing appears to be taken. So he goes, "Well, I guess you got to those thieves before they took anything, and well, I apologize for my suspicion, but you have done a good job, and I appreciate you being in the right time, you in the right place at the right time. We were lucky to have you here."
Oh no, my pleasure. I'm glad I could help. Glad I was, like you said, the right place at the right time. But man, it's kind of taking me away from the buffet. They look sketchy, so I follow them. But if you don't mind, I come to that buffet.
As well, I mean, the buffet is starting to come. They're getting down to bare bones, but I'll tell you what. And he pulls out a yellow rupee. And he goes,
Oh, no, I can't take that.
But I mean, just to maybe grab some lunch, grab a soup, something, or maybe something after your shift. I want to show my appreciation for you protecting my family and my goods.
If you insist. Okay, fine.
I do.
Thank you. Are you sure? Thank you. Please, I suggest you have them get a better lock for this door also. Okay, all right. That's all I got. I'm out of here. I'm going. Thank you. Bye.
All right. And the hostess is like, I'm sorry. We will replace the lock. We will do whatever you need. Just. And as you're walking away, she is still continuously doing whatever she can to damage control the situation. So as you walk away, do you do anything before heading out to rejoin the party, or?
I do kind of do a cursory glance over at the bar just to see the buffet, just to see if it's actually wrapped up, done, if there might be anything else. But it looks like I need to just go ahead and head on out.
All right. So yeah, when you looked over there, a lot of it looked like slim pickings. A lot of the stuff, like the eggs, were starting to look a little dry. Any of the bread-based items were starting to like curl from the lack of moisture. You still had like maybe a couple slices of bacon that may have been edible, but at that point, it's not worth the trip. So you head out, and you make it just as Deacon is like dusting himself off, and he looks just ever so slightly not bewildered, but he looks almost just like a moment of embarrassment for something that went down.
Appropriate.
Like he is in every other situation. He is like he has done so much better than this with so much less effort, and it was just the moment of the situation that just got him. And it happens to the best of us, and it happens to the worst of us. But the bottom line is, everyone made it out okay.
I'd say it's more of like a guilty expression at this point, rather than just like sheer embarrassment. Like kind of like the multitude of ethical failures is piling up for him right now.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that. So okay, so yeah, Deacon is
pretty much what I was going for. Sorry.
No, that is perfect.
Well, Lito, you succeeded. You skipped out on the buffet early. That's all right. We still got more time.
Well, and I start walking over to Barry's.
Okay, so you walk over to...
That buffet should have had more berries.
What's that?
So that buffet should have had more berries. I would have liked the dessert.
More berries. Well, you can definitely take it up with Barry.
As we're walking over, I do what I was planning to do anyway. I real quick cast a little stupid spell, and I cast Good Berry.
Wow.
And I flick one to Ikun.
Thank you, Lito. I appreciate this. I munch quite happily.
All right. So are you going into the soup shack, or are you just walking in that direction to distance from the... Okay. All right. So you go into the soup shack. At this point in the day, they're still kind of getting a lot of things up and running. Like from what you gather, the way that they usually do is they start to like knock out their run of the mill soups, the ones that they produce every day is what they'll knock out first, which is why people can go out. The few people that did go in early in the morning can go in knowing what they expect, and as the day progresses, they start to move on to like the specialty soups. At this point, they have the standard soups kind of finished, but they're getting to like finishing up preparation for the special soups for the day.
Okay.
You walk in, and Barry's just chopping away and sweating.
Like, Barry?
Hi, Barry.
Hey, guys. And a third. Welcome to Barry's Soup Shack.
Hey, how's it going, Barry?
It's going good. Just, doing my thing. Getting ready for the day. Making people soup.
So Barry, 3 quick things. Can I have you come over for a moment?
Yeah.
Okay.
He kind of like puts his knife down and takes his apron off and approaches you guys.
I'm like, first of all, here, and I give him one of the good berries. Eat that. Trust me. Trust me.
He looks at it and he goes, "Well, I've eaten stranger things from people that I trusted less, so." He like throws it up like it's an M&M and pops it right in his mouth.
Okay. And as we know, the reason for good berries are basically they fill you up for the complete day. So you don't have to eat anything else. So he's now fed for the day.
Nice.
So that was number one, by the way. Really good stuff. Number two, I have a business opportunity for you.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard of apple juice?
I yes, it's not something common in these parts, but it is something that is easily decipherable from the name.
Well, I'm looking to go into a apple juices business or apple product business. And I was hoping that I could get on the ground floor with you. That way we could help or in as I found out you own and make it better and make it more like a tourist attraction to be like, come get apples where no apples grow or something like that.
I chime in, and after all, juice is basically just soup that's sweet.
And he goes, I mean, I guess I'm always open to new ideas and menu expansions, but I'm a little on the fence as to whether or not juice would be the defining factor to attract customers.
Well, no. You also have apple pie and applesauce. And I've heard you can make it if you like distill it or something into like you or something like that.
Um, I chime in. It might. Sorry. It might be time to think about adding, desserts to the soup menu. Or he says, last time we went there, to the inn, all they had was fly infested custard and like schnozberry pie. And I don't knock the schnoz, but like
It's some good
me
stuff.
with some good schnoz. But I feel like there are other things out there that may be missing out on with just with the savory perspective. And here Cito, as shop is going to excel at producing things that produce fruit, which means all kinds of different desserts are possible, apples especially, as he's focusing on, that would definitely give you lots of options to offer different kinds of desserts. And that's something very new and unique. So it's more than just apples and juice. It's a great opportunity to expand an entire breadth of your business.
Yes, what he said.
All right. Um, you know what? Let's start off with a persuasion
Okay. For me,
from both Leto and Deacon.
can I give him an inspiration?
Yeah.
Okay. Persuasion. Okay.
It's 24.
29.
Whew. All right. So he goes, well, I that does. It's not something that I had initially thought of, but I like your ideas. Could you perhaps make a tart from it? From
Yes.
Very possible.
Hmm.
I we also come from Kakariko, where we have many fine cuckoo farms. Could form many perchance if I could get some cuckoos even, we could add in eggs for your desserts and soups. Sorry if I'm going too far with this, Lito. Just a thought.
No, no. It's good.
But yeah, which it would just get a couple of shipments in. Suddenly, you're having tarts, and I actually know something personally, if I could add to this, which is Mister. What you learn in Forest is many tricks you can do with both juices and other fine, infusions and stuff. Like we used to let like tea that we'd infuse with berries, and then you let it sit for a while, and it gets all bubbly and fizzy and sour, and some people like that. So now, not only do you have tasty soup, you have tasty desserts, and you have a drink that some people might find tasty, but others might find really disgusting.
Well,
But me, I like it.
I mean, I'd prefer if my customers don't find anything that I offer to be disgusting. But as you have mentioned, that in our dessert menu, mm, if we were able to find a better purveyor or had the ingredients to make things in house, it definitely would add an improved situation to the business. So so on these apples,
Yes.
here is my most important question.
Yes.
Will I be given um, will I be the only one having access to these apples, or will other people and businesses also be serving these apples?
Now here's the thing. Only you and me and Gully and Deacon will have access.
You just eat them. They tasty.
But I have 3 conditions.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, all tasting of anything you make has to go through Gully.
Now,
Number 2,
are we talking samples, or are we talking whole product?
he has to try it, and if he's not completely happy with it, he'll just keep eating it until he's done.
Okay, I agree to that first term.
Number 2, the tree is going to be grown by myself and Deacon,
Mm-hmm.
but it will be pruned and whatnot like that, and the apples will be harvested. I will need someone to actually harvest it, and I would like you to actually hire someone to do it. And that's number 2.
So
Number 3,
point
okay,
2 would be at my personal expense.
well, it'll be a mutual because the fact that it's going to help both of us. So find someone who's really qualified. If you have to hire like 2 or 3, let me know. We'll figure a way to make this work.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Number 3, the inn suite number 1 needs to be left open for like the next month.
Okay, so I am a little worried about point 2. I mean,
Okay.
if we can work out like some type of like a credit situation where to help offset the cost, I think point 2 could be agreeable.
Okay.
And yeah, I believe that we have some long-term tenants in suite number 1, but
Okay.
I
How
will
about
see if I can.
instead, when I require it, ask them to vacate the suite just for like an hour.
I will
No
talk.
questions asked.
I will talk to them, and I will see if I can relocate them to another suite.
No, they can stay in the suite. I just need to go in the suite for like an hour because there's something in there that I need to, bring out.
and his eyes start to narrow a bit as that sounds incredibly shady.
I'm a druid, okay? I deal with animals, and unfortunately, you have something that's living there that I like to move out safely. And I don't want to, disturb your guests, so that's why I need like an hour, so that way I can do that.
Um, I, 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 I chime in. Sometimes, things kind of make their way into walls of houses. In Kakariko, sometimes we'd have like little like rat problems and stuff like that. Stuff you really don't want customers finding out when you have them.
By the way, you don't have rats. It's not rats, so it's okay. We're not trying to blackmail you or anything. We're just telling you, please let me do this for the good of what lives there and for your business.
Hmm.
It'll help the tree if that helps.
Well, how about this?
Okay.
In regards to your point 2 and 3, I will relocate the residents, but in exchange for myself not needing to pay for labor, I will make sure the room is vacant as long as you give me 24-hour heads up.
I'm only going to need it once, so
Oh, you just need it once.
yes.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll go to the people staying in the room when the one time you need it. I will go to them and I will I will tell them that we have a problem that we need somebody to come in and look at. They'll call it I don't want to say rat. Rat's a bad word. I'll say like termites.
How about instead you just like tell them you're making a special soup and you like to bring them over here and have them eat here like a chef's table.
Would that give you enough time?
Yeah. Because I'll tell you, and then the next day you can do that, and then you can invite them and tell them it's a special night only for you guys because you're such great guests. Blah 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 blah. You make up whatever you want, but it'll get them out of the room.
Okay, that can be arranged.
Okay. Also, I'm going to take care of where we're going to plant the trees, so don't worry about it.
As long as it causes no problem to my buildings, I have no problem with it.
Not an issue.
Okay.
Deal?
Deal.
I shake my hand out. I look forward to, being the apple business with you.
I believe it will be very fruitful.
Ah,
Uh,
nice.
I'm going to leave now.
Okay. So that is
I walk out. I walk out all proud, and I stop outside the doorway, hands on my hip, and go, "See, Gully, that's what being an adult is."
Yeah. Me can't wait to be that kind of adult someday.
the way that you held yourself doing that pose, it very much reminded me of the pose that Deacon does when he feels like he's done something accomplished too.
Yeah.
Kind of rubbing off.
Hey, nice.
Okay, so next, this might interest you, Gully. We're gonna go visit Deacon's shop, and I actually need to get my armor. So, cool.
Yeah, let's go. Okay.
Okay, let's go see Eastman.
All right. So you head down to Deacon's armory, and as you get close, you hear a voice call out from the window, not the top of the building, the window. Or no, wait, I'm sorry. You know what? I'm going to reword that. As you approach Deacon's armory, you look up to the top of the roof where you would normally see Keysman, and he is not present.
Oh,
Yes. Okay.
maybe Deidre has struck.
Yeah, oh, sorry. You said we hear something, or do we not hear something?
No, I got ahead of myself.
Gotcha. Okay. Does it look like the door's like open, unlocked, and all that?
Yeah,
I'll go
it's
try the handle.
a good part of the day. Even as you're approaching, you see, one or two people kind of like come and go from the shop, indicating that it's open. So you pull the door, it opens, no problem. You walk through, across the threshold, and the moment you cross through the threshold, you hear that familiar voice and says, "Welcome to Keysman's." And, and a second voice says, "Stop calling it that. If you keep doing that, I'm telling Dad." And in this defeated voice, he goes, "Welcome to Deacon's armory." And as
Thank you, Keysman.
he looks up, he sees Deacon, and he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. That's just a joke that I like to play."
I arch an eyebrow and go, I understand, Keysman. I know you watch over this place, but, remember, sorry. But remember, sometimes some of the best heroes lurk in the shadows and not out in the open. You seem like you do best as an overlord of the night, Keysman.
He starts to like get himself up, and he's like, "Yeah." And then the other voice goes out. He goes, "He's trying to tell you to go away."
Oh man.
Keysman deflates and just like kind of like saunters away. Goes into into the back room, and oh geez, what was this kid's name again? I don't remember.
Let me check how many coins I have. It's Ken's son, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that you named shit.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yes, his name is Shit.
Yeah.
So I always need to like preface this is when I was asked his name for the first time, I muttered the words "oh shit," and because I muttered the words "oh shit," I stuck to it and I committed to it. And his name is Shit because his father Ken was not present during his pregnancy. But his brother Kevin, who is more commonly referred to as Keysman, was. Therefore, Keysman got to name his nephew, and his nephew. And when little Shit came out of his mother, Keysman said exactly just that. He goes, "Well, look at that little Shit." So yes, I don't know why I forgot his name. So yes, and he goes, "Oh, Deacon, friends,
Hi. How's
new,
it going, kiddo?
good. It's been a while."
It has been a while.
Yes.
Wait. So, how you been?
Good. I've been working here, holding down the shop for my dad and you, and
Good to
dealing
hear.
with my
Thank you
uncle.
for your service, kiddo.
Yeah, happy to do it.
Yeah. It's something me really appreciate. Always kind of worried, at first of the investment, who was gonna watch over it and stuff, and seems like you've kept it in great shape, and me really appreciate this. Um, how's the family in general? How's Ken? Me not have chance to talk to him yet. As me swing by here first.
He's good. He's good. He's keeping busy. Over at the other shop. You know, uh, you know, being military and all. They always need all sorts of good stuff. But I mean, this place is definitely holding its own. We for a while, especially during the construction period, we had a huge influx of people and travelers and people seeking riches and wealth, and we
Mm.
did very well around that time. But just as a whole, once the construction completed, things started to slow down a little bit, but we're still doing good.
I gotcha. I'm glad to hear that you guys are doing okay. I do need to speak with I do need to speak with your father about something kind of related to that at some stage. Is he still in the in the main armory in the castle?
Hmm. Yep.
Good to know. Okay. Thanks. So I if you don't mind me asking, and I oops. If you don't mind me asking, have you had a chance to work on any projects of your own or anything like that? Like, what are you kind of doing for like, you're like you're learning in school? Are you trying to be anything, or like, how's everything going for you personally?
Oh, I don't need fancy stuff like school and um,
Hmm.
I mean, I'm learning the trade. Family business and all. I think I've gotten better in the past couple of years. Um,
That's good.
but it's longer projects takes more time, and
Hmm.
so sometimes I don't have the patience for it. So sometimes I just kind of make like small things that I can knock out pretty quick and just kind of you know make a quick rupee here and there for the shop. But
That's cool.
yeah,
If you don't mind me asking, what kind of things do you like to make?
well, I like to make like shin guards and you know wrist guards and you know. So sometimes I'll start off making some a small piece like that, um, and I'll just kind of like build on it, and then, and he kind of like points over to like this one like suit of armor that's off in the corner, and he's like, that little thing over there, that took me uh better part of a year to make, and I wasn't even expecting to
Nice.
make it like a whole armor. I just you know
Very nice.
I actually just started off at making a helmet, and
That's
it
awesome.
just went from there.
Two questions. What type of armor is it, and how does it look?
It is full plate mail.
Hmm.
It has ornamentation on it,
Mm,
and the ornamentation looks like it was inspired by the armor of the Hylian Guard,
mm.
but it is like the accents are very crudely done. You can tell like from like around the shoulders, it's very crudely done. As it continues to go on, it gets better.
Mm.
So by the time he gets to like the boots, like the line work is better, and you see
Mm.
less kind of like defined hammer markings on it. Um,
Uh-huh.
but yeah,
I gotcha.
Oh, that
Um,
looks quite nice.
hmm. Yeah, it does. Um, I'd like to glance over. Um, Gully, do you mind if I ask what kind of weapons you usually use?
I usually use swords.
Gotcha. So would you have, say, you're not really like an archer type or anything?
No, not really. But I mean, I could use a good bow.
Gotcha. Okay. Because well, actually,
But yeah,
one
I'm more
thing
of a sword and board kind of guy.
that's fair. Do you have I look at the can you sorry, I just have to have this conversation with my friend here. Do you have like a solid like enchanted kind of weapon?
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, okay.
My sword, remember? The one that I flamed
I'm a
on?
fucking idiot, of course. I'm sorry, I'm not on my A game today. You can probably tell.
And he pulls it out and he see?
See,
And he waves
Deacon,
it back and forth and he
God,
deactivates
I
it
can
and
feel the
sheaths it
burn.
again.
God, sorry. Just making sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
um, hmm, I Deacon looks awful, and he kind of whispers like to the kid. Did you have any news on that special project that we talked about?
And he goes, check Cataclysm chat. And he kind of, he starts to kind of like, stroke his chin a bit. And then he,
Oh, sorry, I didn't see it at all. So basically, what I had personally asked him to make was yeah. What I had personally asked him to make was mithril Hylian armor that comes with a detachable, like, but like attached, like, symbol of their like family's family crest that was made using 15,000 rupees worth of ruby dust, like engraved into it, so that I can use it to cast Force Cage, as well as just having Mithril Hylian armor, which is Hylian armor, so it's like a breastplate with all the Hylian stuff that does all the Hylian armor stuff, except that since it's made out of Mithril, it's lighter and more flexible, and it will allow me to make stealth checks and stuff like that not at disadvantage like breastplates and stuff ordinarily would.
that's right.
And then I gave him a King Dodongo hide, which ultimately Ken had said that he was like going to try and work with something. To be honest, since Dodongos are kind of like fire breathing creatures, I was hoping it would like be something fiery. Especially like with Gully's sword. Maybe, but like I didn't have like a super specific idea of what kind of fiery to make it. Just that here.
And,
I
and
was
it was just the Dodongo hide. Like,
well, it was like the entire like carved out like King Dodongo, like the head and everything.
okay, the head was included.
Like yes, and it
Okay,
was wrapped
perfect.
in it. Yeah. So I was thinking maybe like if we were gonna just like pick an item, maybe something like I, I mean I guess I don't know really exactly what's on the table, but like there's like armor that's like resistant to like fire and armor that's like a dragon scale mail equivalents, but like maybe like a plate version of that, or hide version or whatever. But there's like a dragon scale mail that would be like if you want to say like a red dragon, it has like +1 bonus to AC and saving throws against frightful presence and resistance to fire damage, basically. Just as like an example, of like some dragony stuff that exists. But ultimately, I left that up to like Ken to do with what he could do with it. So that's
Okay.
basically.
Okay, so I remember what I was going to do with the shield. Now that you mentioned that, okay, so but the armor you had ordered was a Hylian armor that was made of mithril.
Yes.
Okay, so
So, Deacon, that armor over there, you technically own that, right?
Yeah, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Is that something
Um,
that you could wear? I mean, I could use a little upgrade.
yeah, I'd be happy to help you out. I oh, sorry. Here. I um, yeah. I glance over at the kid, and I ask him maybe do you think Ken would mind if we took that? I think my good friend here has been traveling with us for a while, and he could really use the upgrade. So if you don't mind, I'd like to have him put it on, and then we'll go talk to Ken, and I'll sort out things with him. Because honestly, it's a very nice, very well accomplished work, and having the chance to wear something that you made on our armor, on like our fights, would be really good for me. You know, it would make me happy, and that's one of
And
the
he
reasons I want.
and he could
Oh, sorry.
actually take this armor that I currently have as well and
Oh,
maybe
yeah,
refashion it or do something with it.
yeah.
It is half plate.
Yeah, I'll throw in some rupees as well. And I actually have something that oh yeah, Deacon snaps his fingers. Um, sorry. Just yeah. So do you mind do you mind about that, kiddo? If he puts it on now?
And he goes, yeah. I mean, honestly, I was just kind of like, um, I always regarded it more as like a showpiece. I didn't think anybody would actually want it.
It's a beautiful work, and we'd be happy to bear it. Yeah. Here,
Yeah,
let me
some additional advertisement for the shop while we're out and about.
absolutely. Maybe, at some point we could come back and you could engrave your name or something, or a crest or something like that. Something cool.
Yeah, yeah. That sounds good.
Um,
Yeah.
but I
So,
also, oh, uh, sorry. I. I wanted to ask two more things. Number one, the other thing that I forgot about for the hide armor is there's like that scale mail we were looking for. With like the that does the like basically it's like a fancy kind of scale mail that
Mhm.
lets you add your full dexterity bonus instead of like only like reducing it. So it's like it lets you just like be a lot more agile, and it's like made out of natural hide. So it like suits your skin well and stuff like that. So that might be an option as well. That would be a good one to pursue. I think that would probably be the best one because it's just like non-magical, like natural hide armor. So it would be something that he could like really easily produce. If that makes sense.
Are you talking about for
Um,
the Dodongo hide?
yeah,
Oh,
pretty much right.
I got something. I got something.
Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure.
No, it's okay.
But
Uh,
yeah, because that would have been one of the other projects that I would be looking for. It's just like something that's very like form fitting like that.
so he goes, you know what? Let's take care of the armor first,
Sure,
and then we'll move
sorry,
on.
I'm kind of scatterbrained right now. I apologize.
So he pulls out the armor and just for like, oh, hold on, I'm fighting off a sneeze. Excuse me.
bless you.
So tight.
Thank you. Oh, I couldn't get to the mute button in time. Yeah. So I want to touch on this over again because I want to make sure I get the stats right as I upload it.
Mhm.
The armor itself is a regular Hylian armor, but it has the effect, like the stealth effect of Mithril.
So technically speaking, right? If
Uh,
I can just explain for a second,
yeah.
most medium armor and all heavy armor imposes disadvantage on your stealth checks while you are wearing it.
Right.
But like mithril specifically is just like it's not so much that it has an effect by itself because it's not like a magical thing. It's just that like because it's lighter, it doesn't impose the penalty. So it's more of like a negation of an effect rather than an effect itself.
Right, but
If that makes
in
sense.
terms of like the structure of the armor, it is still half plate.
Yeah, it's everything else is the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what I'll do is I'll transfer you over. I'll transfer the mithril armor. I'll transfer. Excuse me. I'll transfer the Hylian armor over to your inventory, and I'll make a mithril notation on it.
Thanks.
Okay.
Perfect.
So in terms of
And
like
it has
functionality, like
Yeah.
that seems like the best way to do it. Okay.
Perfect. Thanks.
All right.
And ideally it has, like I said, the little family crest of theirs in the ruby dust that I can use.
Yeah, and that you're using as not a spellcasting focus, but as a component for.
Yes, a specific component for a spell that I have.
Gotcha. Okay.
Um,
I'm not going to be able to change that notation. I'm not going to be able. I'm sorry, not the notation. I'm not going to be able to change the picture on it, but
That's
I'll.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I appreciate it. And then I just want to ask I just want to ask sorry if I cut you off if there's anything else you had to say. I
Nope.
apologize.
No, I'm good.
Okay. I wanted to ask the kid if he had any like sorry. If he had anything that he like particularly like enjoyed doing outside of the armor craft. Like I just wanted to ask him if he had like any other kind of hobby, and I'll get to why I'm asking that in a minute. I apologize. I know it's scatterbrained.
No, it's okay. And the question itself actually kind of confuses him a little bit because he's like, well, I mean, I pretty much spend all my time here. So, I mean, in terms of hobbies, it's honestly not something I had ever thought about.
I getcha. Well, he he kind of says like you know, I just I thought maybe you might have you know something else that interested you, and I wanted to compensate you for the showpiece that you're giving to my friend Gully. And I was just wondering if there was anything personal that I could maybe get you, and I think I think I know just the thing. Um, and and I'm going to just like uh hold like one hand to like my ear real quick and just say my incantation for sending of hear me,
Mhm.
and I'm going to contact the the paperwork guy in the castle. I'm going to say, "Hi, I'm contacting you about potentially changing a name for an unfortunate citizen.
All right.
It's the poor lad known as shit as named by Keith's man. And I would like to just like buy the name change with tokens if
Mhm.
you're okay with that."
Absolutely. And and you hear back. He says, "What would you like? What would he like his name to be?"
Is Kenneth or Kennedy? His name
As
is
far as you know,
Bradford.
simply Ken. Like it hasn't been
Gotcha.
introduced in
That's
any
fine.
other way.
His name is Bradford.
Bradford. Okay, so he writes back and he goes, I will adjust the paperwork and
Wait. Bradford
Sorry.
is the lead guy's name.
Is the what? Oh, okay. Sorry. I misunderstood that entirely.
It's okay. So you can change it.
Very well. Then I'll make it I'll make it Gabriel. There we go. I always like that name.
Gabriel.
Yeah. Or yeah.
All right. So I'm almost done finishing the armor.
Thanks.
So he goes, Gabriel, it is. He goes, I'll fill out the paperwork, and you can pick it up, or anybody can pick it up whenever you're ready.
Perfect. Thanks. I pat the armor smith formerly known as Shit on the shoulder and say, I hope you like the name Gabriel. I probably should have just asked you, but I figured it would be more meaningful if I picked it up.
He goes, so I'm not a shit?
You don't have to be if you don't want to. And that's kind of what I just paid for.
And he goes, and immediately he starts breaking down in tears. And he's like, thank you. This is so much better than anything I could have ever thought about. I never thought that I would not be a little shit at one point in my life.
I hug him close, even as he's like on the kind of lower. He's like still significantly taller than me, and I go, listen, Ken has been great to me, and now so have you, and this is truly the least I could do. You deserve so much better than all of that shit.
And he just runs up and just fully embraces you and just continues to just cry and sob. I think I need to uncheck your armor and double check it, but I think everything should be. Wait, I took off the Gerudo armor. Is there a secondary armor I'm looking at?
Oh, I think I was using custom AC. Let me fix that.
Okay.
Oh, wait, hang on. No, it wasn't. I already have some kind of armor equipped. Give me a second. Hang on.
So while you're doing that, while that
Yes.
whole thing took place, Leto is walking around Gully, helping him put on his armor, going, "Yep, I like it. If it's here, but," and he stands back and he's like, "I think it needs a cape."
Yeah, well, I mean, I already have a cloak that I wear.
I'm watching you unequip everything.
I mean, but this is a really nice cloak. Don't you see how it kind of makes me shimmer?
Okay.
Like I'm here and I'm not here sometimes?
I don't get it.
Try to hit me.
No, I know.
Just try. Just a regular old, just try to hit me.
Like, you want me to use magic on you?
No, just try to hit me with your hand. You don't have to go crazy.
Okay. I will try and swing it. Golly.
And when you swing at disadvantage.
Trying to figure out how I do it. I'll have this unarmed.
It's strength plus proficiency. You are technically considered proficient in your fists.
So, okay, let's try this. D20 plus 5. That's a 14. Wait, at disadvantage. Oh, of course.
So yeah. So you go to swing and try to hit me, and you're like, oh, that's right. You have that cloak with displacement on. That's why I couldn't hit you.
Yo, nice.
I understand now. Okay,
See, so I can't replace this with the cape.
true. Hmm.
I mean, if we knew someone that knew how to like tailor this and maybe a different colored material, I don't know, but I kind of like this.
Okay. Well, keep a pin in that
Or
then.
maybe we go with maybe a scarf or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but you have a helmet, so the scarf would just look weird.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey. Or maybe a sash.
We'll brainstorm.
Okay.
By the way, why is he crying? And I point to, now Gabriel.
And he calls out, "'Cause I'm not a little shit anymore."
Okay.
I just kind of like pointed him, and for the somatic component for message, I messaged him with I contacted Bradford for him.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna walk over to Gabriel and be like, "So, Gabe," and I put my hand on his shoulder. "Here's a berry. Eat this berry real quick."
Okay, he eats it.
Okay. So now that you're full, you can focus. I need two things. Number one, and I jump up on the counter and lay with my arm under my head and just my legs stretched out. I would like my armor, please.
Okay, so he continues to he puts like the final touches on helping Deacon into his armor, and then he goes back and grabs your scale mail. So the moment he holds it up, you can see that the way that the light kind of like bounces off of this armor gives it this really nice shimmering effect. And that's going to take some typing.
Don't worry. I just wanted to make sure that I was getting it.
Yes.
Okay. So second,
Uh-huh.
how old are you?
23?
Again, not hitting on you or anything. Just want to know.
23.
Okay. So here's the thing. I'm trying to make this little group of cool people. So there's Cleo at my store. There's Nancy at Bradford's, and you're cool. So I want you three to become friends. Cool. Do that. Nancy's really nice. She's like 20, so maybe you two could or whatnot like that. Cleo is a little younger, so I'm watching you on Cleo. But I think you should become friends with them so that way you can have some fun. Because staying here all the time is boring. You need to have some fun because you're older than I am, but still you should have some fun.
I
Okay.
Also, be nicer to your uncle. Beastman is awesome.
I try. He makes it so hard sometimes.
Yes, but
it never right. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't interrupt.
no, go for it.
I was gonna say it never right to be too rude to people. Everybody has things that they're good at doing. Even if it not always apparent that they're doing the right thing. He's trying his best. Ultimately, he has good intentions, so try to go a little easier on him.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I slap him on his face. That's a good boy. Here's a berry for your uncle. When you see him, have a nice day.
Okay.
And I'm gonna
Mm.
I ask him if he has like. Well, actually, never mind.
Okay.
I thank him for all of his help today, and I say we look forward to doing more in the future. Yeah.
He goes, well, wait. You haven't gotten my favorite item yet. The special item.
Ooh. Oh, I didn't know we were getting that until we went to the special place. I'm all ears.
Okay.
Let's see what you
So
got.
he goes over to the corner where this this thing is kind of covered by a sheet, and it's pretty tall. It's it's leaning, so it's a little bit tough to tell from looking at it. But it looks like it's about somewhere between roughly 5 feet tall, give or take a foot.
Hmm.
And he pulls it away, and you see this tower shield.
Cool.
The back side of the tower shield is made of metal, and the front side of the tower shield is made of Dodongo hide.
Nice.
And he took the horns from the Dodongo and the claws from the Dodongo and put them around the shield. So it is a tower shield that can deal 1d8 piercing damage when the 1d8 piercing damage on the shield can be used as a bonus action.
Damn, that's lit.
So he like holds it up, and he's like, well, I kind of figured, you guys would be pretty set in the armor department, and I wasn't quite sure what kind of weapon I could make with this, so I decided, Dodongos, they're historically pretty tough, so I thought, hey, why not make a shield?
I hug him and I say it is both beautiful and brilliant, and I love it. It's amazing. Very cool. So it's huge, right?
Yeah, it's the size of a full tower shield.
Gotcha. So there's no way in hell I'm using this. So, only naturally. So, Lito, it's metal. So does that mean like that interferes?
Not really supposed to use it.
Yeah. So
It's made of metal.
I think we all know
But
who
that
it's
doesn't
going
mean
to.
you can't use it.
True, but I'm kind of pushing it with the armor that I'm going to be wearing. And I already have a metal sword. So
Just go full metal, man. Whatever.
Gonna be a giant conduit.
I don't need to be struck by lightning. You can have it.
Okay, Gully will take it if Deacon and Leto don't want to wield it. Gully will.
Honestly, I would like to see Gully wear this. And Deacon say, hopefully this token of newfound friendship, Mr. Gully.
So my AC is essentially going to be a wash. So I'm going to go up and then down one because I have a +1 shield.
Sorry.
That's fine. No big deal. That's cool. It's fine.
Nice.
It's like he stays. He'll go up for the full plate and then right back down where he was. So it's good.
Nice. Hell yeah.
If you don't want the shield, I will take it because it's not going to really affect my AC.
Like I said, it's not a net neg. I mean, honestly,
Plus? Oh, sorry.
I don't know. I mean, Gully hasn't been in a fight, so I mean, I don't know. This might be cray cray.
It is a bonus action weapon, and that is a bonus action extra paladin smites.
Yeah. So I mean, it's on you guys if you
Sounds
want
like it's made for you, my dude.
Yeah, it's made
smack
for
and
you.
smack it. Okay. Gully will wield it then.
Hell yeah. Good to hear it. I would like to reach out for a collective 3-way fist bump. Excellent. Thank you. Okay. All right. Nice. I'm now
nice.
mildly smarter. Oh, thank
Deacon,
you.
you're so generous. Thank you very much.
Well, at least me can do. Since we haven't really seen you before, want to make sure that you feel welcome. It nice to get to properly like meet you and stuff.
Yeah, because that last time, I mean, it was just portal there, fighting stuff, portal
Yeah,
gone. Yeah,
for sure. We never really got a chance to chat, and always figured
we
that a
didn't.
shame.
Well, you know what? Here, Gully, and I hand you a berry too. I'm generous too, and then I walk away.
Oh, same Leto, same Leto.
Nobody goes hungry on Lito's watch.
Exactly.
You
I
know,
have up
Leto,
to 10 of these damn berries.
these berries, that's why you're not bulking up, man. It's tricking your body.
They're like flavorful, and I don't have to chew that much.
Don't be lazy when it comes to food, man.
But they taste really good.
I'll give you that. This is actually pretty good.
See?
Yeah.
Onward!
So, I don't know if I need to slim down. I mean,
Oh, sorry. I was double checking on your making sure the armor works.
Oh, good. Sorry. You can, I also wanted to ask, if Ken or Gabriel ever got in somebody who could make that Lionel bone pottery that I asked about.
Ooh. You know what? Refresh me on that. Because I know I had something. I just forgot what it was.
Bones that I harvested. I had when we left off a couple years ago, I had left all of the Lionel bones with Gabriel, and I had asked if he could find anybody who could be like a potter. If he could like maybe see if these could be made into pots and like planting jars and stuff to help like grow seedlings and saplings over at Cedos, because since they're made of like Lionel bone china, they would be both uniquely beautiful and incredibly durable so that nobody could really break them theoretically. But like that would require somebody to work with like Lionel bone china, and I was gonna try and like ask if they could get that done over the course of the years, and if they could, I could maybe like fork over like some extra ruby dust or something like that.
Okay. There we go. Okay, we're reconnected. Sorry about that. Yeah, so refresh me what we renamed shit.
Gabriel?
Gabriel, that's right. I'm just like...
No, I got you.
I'm like making notes about all the things to input because we are going through a lot of stuff today.
I feel you.
Yeah. So you're asking Gabriel about this.
Yeah.
Okay. So Gabriel informs you that they reached out to Goron because they that would be the person who's probably the best with dealing with this type of material in terms of that sort of thing. And unfortunately they never got a return shipment.
Gotcha. Okay.
So what had happened was they had delivered the bones to Goron Mountain, and they spoke to the person and they talked about what they needed. They said it could be done, and at some point just contact went completely dark. They never heard anything in terms of messages. They never heard any type
Gotcha.
of, correspondence.
Well, you've successfully given me an excellent hook to go to Goron Mountain soon. Perfect. Thanks. Okay. And then yeah. I ask Gully and Lito, do you think there's anything you might want at like the parent shop perhaps? Or something of that sort?
Yes.
Ah, okay, cool. So yeah, let's head there. Or did you want to stop along the way or anything like that? Sorry, I don't want to bogart or anything.
Gully?
Basically, what?
I was asking if Gully had anything.
Yeah, if you have anything in mind, we could easily swing by there.
Gully doesn't hear a word you two are saying. He's too busy looking at himself in the mirror with his new shield.
New
Hell
shield,
yeah.
new armor, the whole works.
I would like to
He's
use
just like,
press. Oh, sorry.
no, good.
I give you little sparkles to like pristine shine the armor and shit.
Ah, phenomenal. Ah, I look so
Hell
good.
Hell yeah, you do.
Did you go somewhere? Where'd you want to go? Huh?
Nice. Maybe the bigger armory shop. Up in Hyrule Castle Town. And Hyrule Castle, sorry.
Sure.
Nice.
Okay.
But yeah, if there's was there anywhere you wanted to go along the way? Just wanted to ask you about that.
No, I'm good. Well, we're going to Hyrule Castle. Well, yeah, maybe I should. Should I pull out this insignia rank that I have? It probably is. It's probably worth this. I don't need to wear this, do I? Yeah, I'll put it back in my pocket. Let's keep going. I don't need anything on the way though.
Okay.
Okay. So you travel through town, making your way towards the Hyrule Castle gates, and the guards are becoming more and more familiar with you. They know that you have done business with many of the people in the closer end of where like the offices are and where the armory is.
Mhm.
So as you kind of pass by, they really don't stop you for anything. They just kind of almost in an obligatory way just point out. They go, it's don't go, don't go wandering too far.
I give him a thumbs up. We won't promise.
All right. So you make your way into the area with the offices and the armor shop, and you had to go see Ken.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and actually, do you guys mind if we just pick up that paperwork real quick, since I think it'll be fast?
Actually, I had something to talk to Bradford about, so yes.
Don't worry about it. We'll get to that later. All right. You wanted to go to Ken's first?
Sure.
Oh no, I was asking you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
No, I was just wanted to visit Ken anyway, but I need to definitely talk to Bradford.
Oh, cool. Okay. So
Paperwork? What paperwork?
so Gabriel wasn't always named Gabriel. We kind of fixed that with a little bit of magic and some money that I owe him.
Okay.
This is, oh, not that kind of magic. Just like I have like a sending. We have like a sending spell, so we can talk to people over distances, but only for like 25 words.
Okay. Fair enough.
But yeah. So yeah, we have some paperwork left over. But
Gotcha. Okay.
so yeah, do you guys want to see Ken or sorry, just got a preference? Like which
Well,
one first? I'm sorry.
wherever you two want to go.
Bradford will probably take a couple of minutes. Ken might be faster.
That works. Ken it is.
But I also would like to point out that if Bradford has the paperwork to change the name of Ken's son.
Yeah, that's true. I guess let's just do Bradford first, and then it'll we'll work out the Ken thing, because then I can like inform him and apologize for not asking him about his son's name, but I had to pick something on the fly. I thought it sounded cool.
So to Bradford.
All right. So you walk into the clerk's office, and
Knock, knock.
you knock, and surprisingly, you get no answer. But that is nothing new for you.
Yeah.
As you let yourself in, you see the customary piles and piles of paperwork, and you can hear the rustling, so you know exactly where to find him. And
Bradford.
his head pops up out of a pile of paperwork. It's like he's a gopher.
I love Bradford.
It's like, oh, I didn't expect to see you so soon.
Wait, what?
Oh, I received one of those mental magical correspondences from your friend over there.
Yep, that me.
He told me that the little shit in the armor shop required a name change. So
Don't
I
call him that.
no, not anymore. Now he is let me see. And he starts thumbing through paperwork, and he's like, Gabriel, right? Yeah. For all the mess, it is always astounding that he knows exactly where to find the exact paper that he's looking for.
It is amazing.
And he goes, yes, the now officially named Gabriel, and he kind of like double-fisted hands over the paperwork.
I pocket the paperwork for now and say, "You trust you find the coins have already been added to your account."
Yes, of course. Much appreciated.
Cheers.
And is there perhaps anything else I can help you with today? We're not accustomed to short visits between us.
This is a business visit, of course.
Of course.
So, this is what I need, Bradford. I need a plot of land that I can grow apple trees on.
Go on.
Because I'm going into business for apples.
Okay, so how many trees are you growing? How much plot of land you need? Do you have a preference of location? We looking for prime real estate? We're looking for maybe something a little bit, more frugal? Like, what are we looking for?
Something with... It can be bottom of the barrel, but it has to have space.
But it needs to be fertile land, though.
No. Trust me.
Oh, no, you know what? Never mind. Yeah, never mind.
Good. I got this.
Yep, never mind.
Well, if you're looking for, as you say, bottom of the barrel, maybe and he like takes out like this like big ass map that actually contains Hyrule Castle Town as well as the land outside of it, and he like forcefully puts his finger down. And he goes, "The graveyard."
Yeah, but aren't there bodies there?
Yes, but in large part they leave people alone most of the time.
Really? What?
No.
I look at Gully and be like,
Unacceptable.
No,
Absolutely not.
Okay, so a little bit better,
Bodies for trees.
a little bit nicer than. Okay, so if you're looking for in the town, that would be that. Oh, okay. I was going to say that might be a little bit more expensive as well as slightly headed because now we're getting into like permits and prime real estate.
Bradford, you and me know about permits.
I know, we know permits very well. So, are you sure that I can't maybe persuade you to maybe have a larger plot of land outside of Hyrule Castle Town that might give you an area for more trees as well as it being a little bit more closer to the bottom of the barrel, which you spoke of?
Look, Deacon.
What is the travel going to be like back and forth between town and this plot of land that you're speaking of?
Oh, not bad at all. Not bad at all. In fact, in terms of what would be good for apple trees, I think that there is any kind of points like here, here, and here. There's are open plots of land open on the adjacent to the river, very close to Hyrule Castle Town. I would say not more than if you're going to trek it by foot, not more than an hour or two away.
I whisper back at Leto. To be honest, more space like this means more different fruits and berries that you could possibly grow, right? If we go get seeds from Kakariko and plant them, just having a lot of area means we could both cover a lot of different stuff.
Very
So
true.
this actually kind of works out to your benefit, and if it's close enough to town, we could, I wouldn't mind helping you put like a down payment to hire some people.
So my answer is yes.
Let's see, I have, I would be looking to offload some stuff, but as of right now, I have about 400 rupees still, so I imagine that's like a down payment on like some workers.
I have 282, so we could definitely get some people.
Hell yeah.
And I've
Okay.
I've got a bunch of rupees that they've just been kind of hanging for a long time.
So,
I have
Bradford.
1,365
Ooh,
Nice.
Holy crap.
Whoa.
and one yellow rupee.
Nice.
okay.
So, yes, Bradford. Where are these pieces of land? Show us on the map.
Okay. So he says there's a plot right here, which is not far from town. There is a plot right here, which is wait, is it pinging?
No.
Come on, you'll.
Or I've seen there, and that's it.
I think I'm starting to slow down. Hold on, let me- Well, there we go. Okay, there's the
Okay,
second.
there.
There's the second ping, and then he gives another ping a little bit further down to an area that is from your recollection is the location of around the location of Robbie's laboratory.
I don't know that.
Well, Deacon knows that.
So,
The space between. Oh, sorry. If you don't mind, the space between Robbie's shop and the Hyrule Castle Town. That's where Sarah's farm was, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't sound like a good
Well, it is and it isn't. Personally, I recommend that plate of land if it's not already occupied. I'll put it that way.
It is not occupied.
Oh.
So, my answer to you is Bradford. Yes, and I just point to all three spots.
All three spots. So he is he's very happy, and he goes, okay, well, the best of the spots that is a that he kind of like thumbs through the paperwork. He goes, that it will run you about 600 rupees. The one over here will run you about 200 rupees, and this one, which is the closest of all the three, would run you about 800. But you don't need to pay up front. You can, if it makes you feel better, simply give a 10% down payment, and I can loan the rest out.
Well, wait a minute. You said that was 600 for that one, 800 for that one, and then you said it was 200 for this one?
1,600 altogether.
Well, like I said, I've got a little over 1,300.
I got another
Oh.
2 change.
I've got 400 I'll put down.
Okay, so I'll put down 1,300.
I'll put down 2. If you want to put it down the last 100, you can.
Yeah, no, I'm putting down all 400 to be honest. Like, cause, like, yeah.
So if you're gonna do 400, so minus 400, and you're doing 200.
Yeah.
All right, and then I'll do the last 1,000. There we go.
Thanks,
Okay.
Scully.
All right.
Sounds great.
Hey, and I still have rupees.
Hell yeah.
So,
All right.
what's next?
Well, Lito, I've not even been with you a full day, and making me come out my wallet.
Welcome to Lido time.
This is what we do.
I
for
do
friends.
crazy things and they produce magic.
Yes. Okay. So,
Most people do things like this to produce more money, Lito.
Oh, it will.
Okay, just making sure that you have that as a underlying initiative here, not just magic.
Do I look like someone who doesn't know anything about money and I cross my eyes?
He turns and walks away. I shall not
Edward,
answer that.
always nice seeing you. If you need any more, tea or anything, let me know. I can make up a special batch for you. Oh, here's a berry too. Eat that. Trust me, you won't be hungry all day.
oh, okay. Thank you. I'll get started on the deed paperwork, and well, if anybody gives you a hard time, which they absolutely should not, then you just let them know that you are in fact the deeded owners to these 3 plots of land.
Hey,
Nice.
who is this Thundercat-looking chick over here?
Wait, who?
Okay. It was really small, and it kind of reminded me of Chitara, but when I zoomed in,
Oh,
definitely
it's
not
probably
at
the
all.
Gerudo lady.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so what I have is just for like ease of visualization. I have icons at the entrances to each of the areas for where they go. So like that's the area for the Gerudo entrance. The Death Mountain has a Goron on it, so on and so forth.
Cool.
Okay, so
Yeah, we only had one at the Gorons the last time I played.
There we go. And let me just double check. I believe that the map should be updated. Yes. Okay. So we have the apple tree locations on where your farms are now located. All right. So all right. So he says, I'll write up all the paperwork. I'll write up the permits. You'll be good. And is there anything else I can help you guys with today?
If I had more money, yes.
Well, what are you thinking, Lito?
Okay, so we're gonna have all kinds of fruits, and from what I've learned, is sometimes fruits can be made into alcoholic beverages. So, if we find a place that we can turn into like an alcohol making place, use the fruits and do something like that.
I'm liking what you're putting down here. Yeah.
Again, I don't have that much money at the moment, and it might be difficult.
Well, I mean, we've already bought 3 plots here. I mean, I'm sure we should be able to get some kind of additional discounts here, correct? Yes?
So, Bradford,
Mm-hmm.
we're looking to also start another business to help the town, of course. And we're looking for a good site that might be good for alcohol making, whatever that is, however you
Yeah,
do that.
something similar to a
Brewery.
brewery?
Well, for that, you could just start a business in town.
Yes.
Yes.
Are there any buildings near, like, mine?
And he brings out the map and he starts looking again. And let me switch the map over.
And do you know any like royal brewerists?
Well, with the exception of an alchemist, it is a rarity for a royal title to be imbued upon anybody. Not every job needs to have royal acknowledgement. But let me see. He kind of looks in your particular area, and he goes, "Well,
Wait, one more.
uh-huh.
Guys, come here. We need a huddle for a second. I have a brilliant idea.
Okay. Huddle.
Just
Okay.
one moment.
So, I heard you sometimes have to like stomp on the fruit and whatnot like that. You know what the best thing that would be used for it?
Enlighten me.
A Goron.
Hmm.
Yeah. Big,
So,
heavy. They would squish a lot. Yeah.
yes. So if we get this piece of land, we make a brewery, we get a Goron to run it, because then it's going to be like a tough brand. And we'll use you, of course, Gully, as to put on like the bottles themselves, because it'll be like Gully brand alcohol. It's good enough for me, something like that. I don't know, but
Yeah.
having a
We'll have to
Goron,
work on that,
they'll
but I
be
like it.
tough, and they're really strong and whatnot like that, and they could take like pressure, and they should be able to like crush fruit and whatnot and get the juice out. So
But will
would
we want
also bring
Goron running it if they're going to be the ones squashing it?
no. We're going to basically make it as like a first tier, so that way we'll create it here, and then we'll kind of like build a brewery here, and then supply it to the Gorons, because the fact that it'll still be our fruit,
Okay.
and then we'll build a brewery there and have special kinds of fruit that only survive in heat, and then we'll have like a seasonal type thing.
Okay. And just kind of make our way around. Yeah. Okay. Branching out, different locations. Okay. So,
Plus, we have to go there anyway,
yeah.
sooner or
Good
later.
idea. Okay. So, starting here first. Let's see what we can get going.
So, Bradford, I stroke my chin. What do you have for us?
And he goes, well, we have. He points on a map to this shop right here. He goes, we have this place that closed a short while ago. It used to be a wagon shop. Once travel kind of died down in town, it just wasn't able to hold on, unfortunately. And it's I want to say it's been abandoned for probably at this point the better part of a year. It might take a little bit of either money or hard work to clear out. There's still a lot of stuff in there. It was quite simply just abandoned, and
No.
so if you don't mind putting in,
Wait,
uh
wait, Hello again. Come here, guys. Okay, so think about it. It's got like horse carriages. Maybe there's stuff inside that we can use to like maybe move the alcohol, and it'll be free because it'll be inside.
Hmm.
It's just an idea.
I mean, that would work for moving it around. Yeah.
I do have the mending cantrip
See?
and
Yeah.
really good sleight of hand if that helps at all. I don't know how it would, but
Yeah. This would kind of help with getting the product around already.
yeah.
See? So
Uh,
let's
I,
let's go,
I'm
let's say
liking it.
maybe.
I'm liking it so far. Yeah. Let's
Mhm.
okay. So this is definitely a maybe. Let's see what else.
Yeah.
Scott.
So Bradford, what's next?
Well, how much for that?
he goes, well, it's for the initial down payment, it is 500, and then it is um it is 150 per month after that.
Hmm. And that initial 500, is that before discount that you were going to pass along to us? No. Let's just hear the rest of these places first. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, I was going to discount the monthly down from 200, but if you would rather the discount be up front, I can maybe do 250 up front and then 200 a month after that.
Well, how about let's look to see what else we have, and then we'll work with this.
Of course.
We'll go from there. Yes. Yeah.
What else you got?
And he looks. He goes, let me bring myself back to the map. And he goes, the only other shop I got is right here. He goes, but that is a prime shop. That is clean, pristine, newly constructed, and ready to go. And unfortunately, I cannot give a discount on that one.
So how much is it?
Because that one is
Holding us in suspense here.
because that one is $750 up front and $350 a month.
Does it come with workers already included?
Unfortunately, no. But given its prime location, I don't think that you would have a problem wanting people to work there.
Okay. What else you got? Or is that it?
That's it.
Okay. Well, one moment, and let's huddle up again.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what are you guys thinking?
I feel like, I mean, I like the idea of the wagon shop area, but also I feel like, I mean, I don't know, I don't know how to put this, but I'm like kind of broke, so I don't really have much of a say. I'd probably have to like make back a little more cash before I would like be comfortable investing.
Well, here's the thing, Deacon. We own businesses.
Mm.
Where are our profits?
Hey,
I
can't help
point
you
from
with that.
my
I don't
armor.
know.
I get what you're saying, though. I get what you're saying. I don't know.
So where are your profits?
Probably in the shop. So what I'm trying to say is, both places.
You want both places?
We need a place, have carriages and whatnot to move the stuff, and a prime place like that, so that way then when you can move stuff around and do stuff like that.
Ooh, Nelly. Brandon, how much of a down payment for those two? Both?
He goes, well, which on the one that needs a little bit of work, which one did you want to take? Did you want to take the lesser money up front?
No. A down payment on both.
Right. But I know what I have on the good place because that's non-negotiable. But I had offered you 2 offers on the other place. Did you want to take the offer that's more upfront but less every month, or the one that is the other way around that I've spoken? More upfront but less every month, or less upfront and more every month?
The more upfront, less per month.
Okay, so the 7th. So upfront would be
500.
I believe it was was $350 up front for the less every month. $350 and
then $150 per month. Yeah.
yeah. So that is upfront for both places is $1,100. Yeah.
No. But I thought you meant we could put a down payment to hold it.
Oh yeah. If you can put so much as a 10% down payment, but then I need you to fill out this paperwork to loan the rest.
Okay, so how much is the down payment?
I can take as little as 10%.
Okay, so 10% on the 500 would be 50, and then 10% on the 350 is 35, so 85.
No,
85? Good.
750 on the other one.
Oh, 750. Okay,
Seven
so
750 and
75
350.
and 35.
So 110 would be 10%.
So okay, so 110. Is there any interest on these payments?
Yes.
So 0% interest? Okay, perfect. Sounds good.
So he holds out the paperwork, and you can see across the top of the paperwork on the very first page, it simply says, in big bold letters, the bank, and underneath it, it says loan application, and then underneath that is a whole bunch of the stuff that you would need to fill out.
So don't do that.
Well, I tell you what. How about we do this? 30 days, 0% financing.
Am I gonna be stupid? I'm gonna be stupid, aren't I?
You're not actually thinking of signing that, are you?
No, I haven't either idea.
Okay. And he goes quite simply, yes. If you could pay it off in a month, I'm sure there wouldn't be any interest accrued.
Okay, we'll do that.
Wait. Why am I gonna do this? I'm gonna do it anyway. So I look at him and I'm like, you know what? I think I have a great idea. Guys, just give me a minute. And I wink at Dekoon. Hopefully he gets what I'm about to do.
I give him an inspiration.
This is gonna be so stupid, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Those are the best things.
Actually,
So-
don't know what you're about to do, but I'll
I
lead it.
proceed to talk to him, going, you know, the payments are a great idea and blah 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 for a full minute, and I cast Gias on him.
Oh God.
I always seem to be refreshed on ideas.
Basically, he does what I tell him to do,
Mm-hmm.
and if he doesn't, he takes damage.
Okay.
And also, he is technically considered charmed, and as a result of the charmed condition, he has advantage on all charisma checks with the charmed target.
All right.
So
So
what you're basically saying
For
is
30
you're
days.
rolling up in here like the mafia and just gonna strong arm this man.
Well, the bank is the mafia, so
That's why I'm using this specifically.
Gotcha. Okay.
But
So-
DC 18.
So,
Wisdom.
as I mentioned earlier in the pre-broadcast, there are things that 12. Yeah, he fails. So there are things that are really like impossible for me to fully talk about everything that has happened, and the bank is one of these things. So yeah, at this point, like I'm not going to delve too deep into the horrific actions of the bank, but yeah,
Horrific. Okay.
to
Enough
just
said.
abridge it, the bank has a habit of indebting people to them and then using the debt that the people have accrued to force them to do what they need to do in order to pay back the debt. It's almost like a form of indentured servitude, except they don't always ask very nice things. And if you work for the bank due to your debt and you go against the bank uses someone else that is indebted to them to come after you.
Hey, Puck,
Yeah.
I sent you a message on Discord.
Okay.
Want to read that real quick?
Okay.
Bank bad. Got it.
Direct message?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Okay, it just came through. Is that where you want to leave the clip? I was going to leave the cliffhanger at Ken's, but this is going a little bit further than I thought it would, so this is where you're going to leave it? Perfect. Okay, so as Leto cascades on and is about to drop his command, this is where we'll end it for tonight. So, if you want to find out what's going to happen next, tune in 2 weeks. So just as a quick refresher, next week we're going to have our chat broadcast. We'll talk about things that happened in this session. We'll talk about things that maybe we want to that we're projecting may or may not happen going further. Just thoughts and developments. Maybe we'll get back into the swing of creating those pre-generated characters because it's been a while. I don't think we haven't done it all this month. It's been about, I want to say about a month since we've done a pre-generated character. So maybe we'll throw that into the conversation as well. But if you want to find out, you got to tune in. So welcome back, Gully. It's good to have you back.
Glad to be back.
It has been a session with a lot of new developments, and so we are excited to see how these things pan out, as well as what's going to happen to this poor clerk. So
Bad.
Well,
She's gonna help us out.
It's
What?
nothing bad as long as he doesn't disobey you, in which case he probably dies.
Then I just bring him back.
and do it again.
I've done that too.
All right. So with that, thank you everybody for tuning in, and hopefully we'll see you next week, and even more so in 2 weeks. I'm going to try to get this stream up, recorded and uploaded as quick as possible. And once it is uploaded, I will post on our Discord server. So for those not on the server, get on it. Check out our link tree. Lots of good stuff on there. And until we see you next time, bye, everybody.
Bye.
Hey.
Bye.